Chef Club.
You got it out? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Titties.
I'll just cut it out.
Ass. All right, cool. Let's go.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Morning Hangover right here on 402 Films.
Morning hangover.
Wow, that's a lot of movies. This is going to be their best of 2017 episode. All the movies that we've seen in 2017. Some of these movies may have come out in 2017, but we didn't see them until 2018. There's only one that I've seen in 2018 that came out in 2017 that was Bright, and I will torch the fuck out of that movie in a minute.
I haven't seen it.
I mean, I could spoil it for you. It's really not worth seeing, but...
25.
Okay.
So, we're going to talk about the movies
our favorite
we've
movies
seen in 2017.
Okay.
Whether we liked them or not, but most of these movies on the list that I could think of, I liked pretty much all of them. There's one movie on this list that I did not see, and there's another one that you saw, Dunkirk. I have not seen that.
Dunkirk was awesome. It was actually really, really good.
We'll get into that in a minute. Let's just these are just what came to my mind. So yeah, best of 2017. Thanks you for listening to us. Go to pitchesandshows.podbean.com to listen to it there. You can also check us out on YouTube. So let's just get right into it. The first movie that came to my mind, because I just thought of all the superhero movies, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
That was pretty solid.
Came out in May. Now these movies that I have listed are not in how they were released chronologically. They're just what came to my mind. So Guardians 2, Adam, you have interesting thoughts about this movie.
It was good. I mean, it just wasn't... It wasn't as good as Volume 1.
I disagree. I just like the fact that it's fucking Kurt Russell.
So that's the... Well, yeah.
Okay, so Kurt Russell's your trump card?
Well, yeah,
Because
I mean,
you
my
can't
river
really
lily.
say that is... All right.
Brandy, what a fine girl.
Okay. If anything is
What
going
a good wife she would be.
Is going to give Guardians 2 points, it's that fucking song.
Brandy.
It's such a cheesy song.
Oh, dude, I love Brandy.
To put your whole plot behind.
Now, here's my thing. It's like the
Such a
volume...
superhero movie.
The music of Volume 2 was nowhere near Volume 1.
Okay, granted, Volume 1 soundtrack was better than Volume 2, but because Volume 2 has Brandy on it, it sets it above.
I don't think that's how it works, dude.
It's true.
I think the problem with Guardians 2 versus Guardians 1 is you know what to expect with the second movie
That's
versus
true.
the
That's
first
true.
movie you had
Which
no
is the
idea
same
what to
concept
think
with
of.
Avengers. When you see the first Avengers, you're like,
So-
holy God.
But you're
In
gonna
my
say,
okay, so in my opinion, Volume 2 had an idea of where it was going to go and threw in Easter eggs because of where it was in Volume 1. What set apart Volume 1 is that Marvel did not care what they did. They gave him a few aspects, but this time we had to have 20 minutes establishing Adam Warlock. Or establish because
the gold people. That's who created him, yeah.
because Adam Warlock is definitely going to be in Infinity War.
Sure.
And so we had to have 20 minutes establishing that. Then to land on a planet, and Mantis really had no business being there. The whole daddy thing felt forced.
I mean,
It's Kurt Russell. Who the fuck
I
gives
feel
a
like...
fuck?
No, not... No,
I
I'm
feel
on
like-
Yondu, dude.
Yondu-
Dude,
Yondu
the
thing?
Yondu fucking shit.
I defy you to
I
watch that
cried.
and not cry.
I cried at the end.
Beautiful ending.
Oh my God, it's Sylvester Stallone?
I didn't care about any
Sly?
of that.
Sly? Come on!
You realize that he was the original Captain America, right? That he is Avenged Astro.
Who? What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know the backstory.
I don't know what you
I
just
don't
said.
know.
His
Okay.
character is Avenged Astro. Just look it up.
Just trust me. No, I mean, I totally get where you're coming from in that aspect of like, you knew that once and that's also the problem with the internet because we knew that Ego was in the movie and we all know that Ego is a villain in the Marvel universe. So we know once he said Ego, we're like, okay, so that's going to set up him being the bad guy at some point. It's a plot that we're familiar with, but I think what worked for Guardians 2 for me was the cast was so charming that I let it go and I had fun with it. There are moments that I thought, okay, really? Because like the whole Rocket and Yondu stuff, I was like, eh. When he's like, you're an asshole, and nobody loves you, or you're just like me, or whatever he fucking says. I'm like, okay, that's a little ham-fisted, but I like the ending of it and like the whole setup, and I really liked Guardians 2. But that being said, I agree with you that I think the first one is better. I think the first one is a better movie.
I think the only problem I have with Guardians 2 is Baby Groot. Baby Groot was fucking stupid.
It's too adorable.
Yeah, it was just like...
Well, I mean,
That's what I thought Porgs were going to be, was Baby Groot.
It's stupid.
You know what I mean? And we'll get to Star Wars, believe me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we will. Honestly, Baby Groot was good in the first 5 minutes, but after that...
Oh, the opening credits is brilliant with him.
I prefer Teenage Groot.
I think you're in a minority of the Groot.
So, Adam is kind of...
No, I'm definitely in the minority because Baby Groot was fucking so many boners for all fucking teenage angst.
That was funny. Also, I will say what I did like about Guardians 2 was the fact that they did 5 like post-credit scenes where they kind of they made fun of Marvel when they had like 5 different scenes. Yeah. And only one of them...
We did it first.
Only one of them...
You know what? They got...
Actually, like, continues the story. Every other one is just a gag.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great.
You know what? They got away at that, right? Deadpool.
Well, yeah. The whole Ferris Bueller thing.
Ferris Bueller.
All right, so that's Guardians. I think what'll be fun is we got to determine what is our, best movie of 2017.
Beauty and the
One of
Beast.
us is voting against Guardians 2. I don't think Guardians 2 is movie of the year. I did see that movie in 2017. Funny.
Beauty and the Beast is pretty solid.
I saw The Greatest Showman in 2018. That movie is fucking phenomenal.
Is it?
I've heard
I wanted
good
to see
things.
it.
I'm not a huge fan of musicals.
I've heard a lot of people thought it was shit.
I don't know. You'd have to see it. It's one of those things you have to see for
It's a
yourself.
mix.
But Zac Efron is in it, so then I approve.
If you like
Well,
Hugh
he's my
Jackman,
wild card,
if you like Hugh
so.
Jackman singing and you like Zac Efron singing, this is the movie for
I
you.
love Zac Efron. As much as people fucking hate the original trill of High School Musical, I love the High School Musical movie just because it's Zac Efron.
No, the funny thing about Greatest Showman
And that's what got him started.
is I go into this movie thinking I'm not, and it's a fucking, and I knew this was going to happen to me because it had the same thing with Les Mis. I went into Les Mis not expecting to like it, and halfway through that movie, I'm fucking bawling my eyes out, and I'm in love with it. So when I go to Greatest Showman, I'm like, this shit is gonna happen to me, and I had like medium to low expectations. We'll see what happens. And then Ashley is looking at, and keep in mind, I wasn't drunk. I was pretty buzzed going into this movie because I'm like, we'll see where I'm at, and I'm on a little emotional state when I drink because that's just who I am. And I sit down and watch this movie, and motherfucker, the first song ends, and I'm like, fuck, I'm swept away by this movie. I am in. And I enjoyed the hell out of that movie. It's fun because I loved the whole message behind it, was this whole thing about like the importance of bringing joy to people and the importance of believing in yourself, and the whole idea of who cares what other people think about you. Go out there and give people joy and entertainment, and that's always what I wanted to do my whole life. So it hit an emotional chord.
I love musicals.
I'm starting to come around,
Some
dude.
of my favorite movies are musicals.
Your favorite movie is The Lion King.
The Lion King. Fucking, I saw that. The musical fucking Broadway type fucking production.
Oh, you saw
Oh
that?
my God.
I've never been a musical guy. I'm coming
Greatest
around.
fucking experience of my entire fucking life. I will literally go to Lion King every time it's in fucking in near.
Just
Every time it's
Right
in,
there.
every time it's in Omaha at the Orpheum,
Nope,
whatever.
back up.
Every
Feels like
time,
it doesn't
every
look
time
that
it's
way.
anywhere, I will go fucking see it. I want to go see it in New York. Like that would be the pinnacle of my fucking life. But
Yeah, I'm coming around to musicals, man.
I also love Grease 1 and 2, both musicals. Fucking badass fucking movies.
All right. Let's get back to 2017.
I will.
Let's rein it back in.
All right.
Here's another one. Justice League.
I think that was one of my.
You really enjoyed Justice League.
I love Justice League. I really did. I enjoyed it
Do
a
you
lot.
think that it's because of your fanboyism is getting in the? Because you know the movie's not perfect, right? You
Oh,
know
yeah,
it
I know
has
it's not
problems.
and you are definitely a DC fan.
I'm a DC fanboy, but like what?
I am too.
I've waited so long for a movie in the DC universe to do the same as it has done for me as Avengers 1, where I literally fanboyed hardcore in Avengers 1. And I literally was like, the whole fucking movie. But like,
I wish I could have seen that with you guys.
but when I saw Suicide Squad the first time, I was like,
What?
mouth drop.
You will defend that shit to the day
I will
you
defend
die.
Suicide Squad until the day I die, because I love Suicide Squad because it was a comic book movie, which was the fucking biggest thing with critics.
so
It's like,
real-
it's too much of a comic book.
Actually, funny story. Him and I recently talked about this. It's not that bad.
It's great.
I don't think it's horrible.
I loved
It's
it.
not great.
I loved it.
Well, it's great to his standards. I mean, he can like whatever he wants. But
I'm just saying.
I will agree with you. I don't think it's great.
It's not an awful movie. All right,
It just falls apart.
But what I'm saying is the only downfall is the only thing that doesn't work in DC, which works in Marvel, is magic. They kind of fell short on the whole magic concept because DC and Marvel are so opposite the spectrum, because DC is supposed to be dark, it's supposed to be gritty, it's supposed to be
Tries to ground it in realism.
yeah, it's supposed to be
not
it's supposed to be
supposed to be.
believable. Well,
they tried
what
to
they-
they
what
tried to
they've-
counteract Marvel.
Yeah,
Like,
they
that's
had to
all
go-
I'm
that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
yeah,
That's what
they
I'm
had to go
saying.
the opposite
is
way.
they've developed this whole backbone of it's supposed to be relatable, it's supposed to be realistic, it's supposed to be like we can understand it because this could happen. Whereas Marvel it's campy, it's bright, it's colorful, it's super out there. It's like yeah, that could happen, but it's more likely that it couldn't.
You said this could happen. So the first movie in the actual DC universe was Man of Steel. Do you actually believe that an alien from a red sun universe could come here and just throw everything into fucking chaos?
Yes.
Okay, well then.
Yeah, it's around you.
What I'm also relating to is the whole Batman universe as well.
Batman
Where-
definitely could happen. Okay,
Where
Batman.
it's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like Batman's character is relatable.
Okay, you
it could
can't-
happen with
These universes, you can't use the realism argument because none of what they do in Marvel or DC would.
The whole point of Batman
you-
is the
if
fact
you-
that
But
he
I understand what he's saying. They're trying to ground it into something that
Right.
does
But-
happen.
but at the
Guys,
same
we are-
time,
okay, real
with
quick.
DC, if you eliminate the
Guys.
whole outer space shit, it all could happen.
Okay. Yes, and you're right, but guys, we're going way too into the
Well, yeah.
movie as opposed to the.
But
yeah. Let's just talk about
and that's
Justice League.
and then Justice League came out, and I was like, I got that sense of, oh my god, it's my favorite characters on the same screen together.
Yes, and that's how Jake and I actually initially felt with Batman vs Superman. But the fact is,
BVS fell short.
it
Like,
just
I'll be
wasn't that great of a movie, man.
BVS fell short.
No.
Like for sure, it fell short.
No, here's my thing about Justice League. I enjoyed Justice League a lot. I really did. But here's my problem with Justice League is it was two fucking movies clearly thrown together because, Zack Snyder, had the tragedy in his family. He couldn't finish the movie. And you can clearly tell it's night and day from when here's Zack's vision, here's Joss Whedon's vision. There's two. It's a Frankenstein of a movie.
Which
And the
they
thing-
should have just bookended it instead of erasing half the movie and then putting it together.
Here's why I do like the movie in spite of itself, but at the same time I'm very fucking pissed about this movie because Warner Brothers, as much as they want to make it seem because they own all these characters and they're cash cows. I mean, granted, Justice League didn't make the money they wanted it to, but they completely showed to me what it is like to have a studio machine because they rushed. This movie was not ready and they rushed it to market so they could get fucking bonuses. They rushed it to market because they needed to make money in that fiscal year to get bonuses. So the movie that could have been a lot better is not as good as it should be.
Oh, it definitely was a solid movie up until the point where Superman came back.
That was the best thing. Was
That was
Superman
a great
coming
part,
back?
yeah.
The last 50.
Superman was the best part of the movie.
No, I'm saying I'm saying that Superman coming back could have been so much better. We could have got grizzled, bearded, fucking black.
you wanted
Superman.
like
I wanted
bad-
like comic book
Okay.
Return of Superman type
Okay,
shit.
you wanted-
Not
you
just
wanted
it's the same
to-
character
okay.
Superman.
Honestly,
I got you.
the way that I would have liked it is if instead of Superman, they would have done Green Lantern.
Well,
Because they show the lanterns.
There's the whole
Yes, and if they
thing.
would have done Green Lantern, and if they would have given us a movie and then another Man of Steel when it comes back movie, that would have been great.
Well, there's the whole rumor going around that Kilowog was supposed to make an appearance in this movie. And,
Well,
like,
Kilowog and I think it was Solowok another random.
Well, it was
answer.
like a whole thing with like the previews, the trailers was Alfred saying it's about time he showed up.
Yeah,
and he's got the green light in his eyes.
Yeah.
My
and they're,
idea
like,
was
saying,
that, yeah.
and they didn't even show that in the movie.
Honestly,
And
my thing is, I absolutely loved what they did with Superman. Like, they finally fucking got it right. They finally figured it out. You know why? Because fucking Joss Whedon wrote it. And Joss Whedon knows what Superman is about. And he finally got him. And I don't care how fucking cheesy it sounded in the movie. When it happened, I had joy. When he goes, I believe in justice. Yeah, don't. Why are you
I'm
leaning
also
back?
fond of the American way.
No.
Justice.
He goes, I believe in truth, and then he hits him, and he goes, I'm also a big fan of justice. I was like, fuck yes! It took you this fucking long to realize that Superman
It's
isn't
cocky as
super
fuck.
down and dreary and fucking lame. And
That's
just
Batman.
a Batman ripoff.
Like
He's
everybody
fun
in the
and
DC
cheesy.
universe,
Well, yeah,
everybody in the
and that
DC
race
universe
that he had with the
is
Flash,
so fucking. I want to be Batman.
it was fun, dude.
No, I liked it, but I don't. Ezra Miller is just fucking awful.
Okay, get off.
I
get
actually
off
enjoyed
that.
Ezra
But I mean,
Miller.
that race was fun.
No, yeah, but no, that's my problem. It's so fucking out of place in that movie
Yeah.
because half of that movie is this cheesy, ham it up, fun Marvel movie, and the other half is this. Oh, we're digging up a dead fucking body. Like they're
Yeah.
literally digging up his dead body.
But I like the whole
and I love that scene. Don't
Flash
get me wrong.
cyborg
But
thing
they
where
should
he's
have
like,
kept that tone.
hey, I mean, I could be doing this a lot faster, but do you feel like this is really fucked up because I'm digging up?
Honestly, Man of Steel 2 could
hilarious.
easily have been. Man of Steel 2 could have Man of Steel 2 could easily have been the Four Supermen. Like you easily
that would've
could
been
have
awesome.
set Man of Steel, Cyborg, Superman.
So,
the clone.
real quick, I want to keep talking about Justice League a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And then we'll move on.
We're
No,
on
it'll be fine. It's a podcast. We can do as much as we want. I was going to ask you your opinions of the movie because I know Luke and I, as we've talked about it, like, what is how you felt about Justice League?
I did not like Batman at all.
Ben Affleck did seem like he was phoning it a bit.
Well, because he actually knows it. All these rumors are coming through. Like, I don't think he's actually going to lose his job, but something's going to happen.
I'm sure the Matt Reeves Batman they're going to recast.
Yeah, and that's.
I really hope they don't because that's fucking stupid.
I love Batfleck. I do.
I love Batfleck.
I'm with you, but like, he's just not there, man. I think he just didn't. I don't think he
did
realized
a great
what he
job
had to do.
of MVS.
BVS.
MVS.
What the fuck?
Man versus Steel.
Man, hey, there you go. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go on. Continue your thoughts.
Okay. I don't actually like Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
I fucking love Jason Momoa.
I loved it too, dude. Like, man.
I'm okay with Aquaman being a bro, dude.
I love Aquaman, dude.
But that's your opinion, you know.
Because
And again, this is coming.
I also
okay.
like
Yeah,
Jason Momoa because of The Brave and the Bold. Have you ever watched that? He's
no,
like,
I've never looked.
yes,
My man.
like you got to watch Brave and the Bold, the
Yeah.
cartoon. It's
Okay,
fucking awesome.
okay.
Just watch that, and you'll understand why Jason Momoa
The
works.
Flash was kind of the worst part for me at all.
And I'm sorry. I
think it worked.
don't think that
I think it worked.
I actually really hated it. I know they had to have like a.
it wasn't Ezra Miller's fault.
I think you just hate it because Ezra Miller's Flash is you. I've had so many people tell me like, "Oh, wow, that's Adam." Like
Looks or attitude?
both.
How many are so many people, dude?
Like my mom, Kaylee.
Your mom doesn't even know me.
Well, that's true, but she was like, "Wow, that looks like Adam," and he kind of acts like him too.
Well, okay.
But you know,
My thing with Ezra Miller, it's not necessarily Ezra Miller's fault. They tried way too hard to make Flash the funny guy in this movie. Way too hard.
And the problem is, it should have been Green Lantern. And I understand that they couldn't do that.
Well, in the cartoon, he's the funny guy, but that's Wally West. That's not Barry
Yeah.
Allen. Whatever.
and I think they should have done Wally West instead of Barry Allen, since TV is Barry.
well,
Barry.
I mean, Warner Bros. Doesn't know what they're doing.
I
really
know,
don't.
I know that.
Which, okay, so the Flash, how did you feel? Are you kind of with me about you feel like they should have just kept Joss Whedon's tone throughout instead of Zack Snyder's movie?
Yeah,
or do you think Zack Snyder should have got one more shot?
No, I think actually Josh Whedon's movie is more interesting, and my biggest problem is their one success, which is Wonder Woman. They did not continue to.
Although they did show her right away in this movie.
Yes,
That's true.
Well, because they knew, hey,
Everybody liked this. Remember this?
well, then they immediately tossed her aside, as opposed to Avengers with
Yeah, I
Captain
can see
America. Captain America showed him immediately, and then he was the lead
and
character.
it kept it going. Yeah.
Yes. So, and then immediately tossed her aside, and I'm like, okay, so, by the way, Batman.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you, and that's kind of the thing where I love. It's a weird relationship I have with Warner Brothers and DC, because it's like I love that they went a different way than Marvel, but at the same time I don't, because we've got to understand this isn't. It needs to stop being so fucking serious. It's like Star Wars. Stop being so fucking self-serious. You're telling me a story in space about fucking space wizards and spaceships and dudes that are choking people with their minds. It's the same concept with Marvel and DC. You've got dudes in capes that are dressed like bats, and people that can run really fast.
What is the term inspired by as opposed to based by?
Based on versus inspired by?
Yeah.
Based on I think you try to stay closer to the actual events, or based like you're.
Okay.
It's a truer adaptation. Inspired by is more of a looser.
Okay,
adaptation.
so they should have been based on Jeff Johns' run of
God, if they would have done Justice League War, which is what the cartoon's called, but if they would have done that, that would have been perfect. That would have, because you could have literally started your whole universe with that movie. Because they all meet each other.
That was a great movie.
If you do the
great book,
if you would have done the New 52 run of Justice League to start your franchise, it would have been fucking perfect, because it literally says none of the origins. It's like, it literally says, you know who these fucking people are. Let's have fun. Yep. You're like, oh, you're the Bat dude from Gotham. You're real. Oh, you got this power ring.
And it establishes Wonder Woman as a strong female character without establishing her as a strong female character.
So real quick, I did not expect Justice League to take up this much time. We'll finish this up right now. I'll start with Luke. One sentence answer. Do you think DC does a Flashpoint? Because I talked about Flashpoint already. They're doing Flashpoint with Flash.
The first movie of Flash is Flashpoint.
Is Flashpoint after Justice League, which is what they were planning, because Aquaman is the only thing set in stone right now. So I'm saying right now, just give me yes or no.
Oh, God, you should start with me.
Flashpoint, do you think they're going to hit the reset button? Because Justice League did not make the money they wanted it to.
I think they will hit the reset button. I don't want them to. I really don't want them to, because I think that Justice League was awesome. I feel like
it's very.
I feel like with everything else is that they need to not switch directors middle movie. They need to stop doing the whole, hey, you fucked up, let's finish it. If they're gonna fucking switch, completely rewrite the whole fucking thing.
All right,
just fuck it.
All right, Adam.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't want them to change it.
You think we all agree that we're thinking Flashpoint's happening?
Also, that was 8 sentences.
Those are commas.
This is it's a run-on sentence. It's a run-on sentence.
Sentence fragments.
There's actually a paper that's like 10 pages and it's all one sentence.
Fine. Paragraph answer, Adam.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so what was the question?
Do you think that that DC is going to go forward with the Flashpoint idea and hitting the reset button on their universe?
I think they should, to be honest with you.
I don't see, if I'm DC, fuck it. Don't set up a universe.
Well,
fuck it.
Yeah, well, that's the way they're doing, because they've already, announced 3 Joker movies?
Well, yeah, they have, I don't know what they're doing. Honest, I don't think they know.
Martin Scorsese is going to direct a Joker movie?
I don't know what's going on.
But
do you think they're going to do Flashpoint?
Honestly, I think they should, and I think that they should do it in a way that actually can give them freedom to recast the way they want to, but also keep the same cast. Gal Gadot, keep her. If you really,
sure, yeah, I would keep her. I would even keep Jason Momoa.
If you really,
I would keep everybody. Honestly,
they're probably not going to get. They're not going to get.
But I'm getting.
I want the
business wise. If you really want to recast Ben Affleck, which is the way the WB is looking at,
Well, if they do it. Yeah.
Stupid.
That is your aspect. Yes, I agree. I love Batfleck.
Yeah, I like I said,
So Flashpoint definitely is the way to go.
I think it.
But that relies heavily on the fact that they're going to make Ezra Miller their Flash. Because you only have one Flash in Flashpoint.
True.
So,
yeah.
But my whole thing is I don't care if they recast a Batman. I don't want to recast a Bruce Wayne. Yeah, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you could do that.
I want them.
You could do that.
If they do this, I want them to kill off Bruce Wayne
And do Thomas Wayne?
and either do a
Like
Thomas
Jeffrey Dean
Wayne or
Morgan?
do a Dick Grayson Batman,
That'd be cool.
or just completely get rid of the whole fact.
Honestly,
you know, the
what I'm
brilliant thing
saying?
about that is they actually could cast their own Dick Grayson Batman. Like,
yeah.
that's the brilliant thing about that.
Yeah, you don't have a Dick Grayson yet. I mean,
or
you've
even just
established
kill
that
off
there's
Bruce
been-
Wayne and Batman at the
Or,
same
to be
time.
fair,
You've established that Jason Todd's dead. You've already established
Yeah.
that. So
Yes.
you can do whatever you
And
want.
to
That's
be
what I'm
fair,
saying.
you don't even know anything about Bruce Wayne. You could do a Damian Wayne.
No,
You could.
I mean,
you could.
I don't want that.
Nobody wants it.
I don't
yes.
want that
It's very modern.
because I would love even if they just killed everybody off.
We're getting way
and they just
too
did a Red
superhero
Hood.
into this.
I would just love to have Red Hood in this
Yeah, yeah.
franchise and no Batman at all.
Well, we all wanted that, like when they first started.
Yeah,
I had to take a lick.
Lick.
a lick.
Lick. I'll wrap
sure.
up my thoughts real quick.
Okay, go.
Yeah, I mean, here's how I feel about it. If I am running Warner Brothers, I say no on the Flashpoint, and I say no because I say fuck it, man. If you're DC, you're kicking Marvel's ass in every other aspect. Your comics are better, your animated movies are better, your
true.
like your actual like TV shows are better. I mean, fuck, man. The CW has all, you know what I mean? Like, you're beating Marvel on every other part other than the MCU versus the DCEU. I say scrap. I guess if you, sure, do a Flashpoint. But at the same time, I say, fuck it. Don't connect your universes. Just go out and tell random stories, man. Just
That would be awesome.
could you imagine how cool it would be if we got, like, a different Batman, not Batfleck, but, like, they recast a Batman to do fucking Gotham by Gaslight, like they're doing right now as an animated movie where it's set in the 18th century or 19th century, and Batman's fucking going up against Jack the Ripper.
He's Cowboy Batman, basically.
You know how cool that would fucking be on a big, you know what I mean? And you could fuck, man, if you want to bring back Green Lantern, do Jeff Johns' Green Lantern Rebirth.
Yeah.
And explain why he can't fight Yellow, and they kind of did that in the movie, in the Ryan Reynolds movie or whatever. But my whole thing is you're kicking Marvel's ass in every other aspect. Stop trying to make a universe and just make movies.
Like, that's also what happened with Marvel, too, is they established each character before they established the whole fucking team. Because, like, they were basically just throwing, like, hey, here's Hulk, here's Iron Man, here's Captain America, here's Thor.
All right.
If they all don't
wrong,
fucking
but-
make it, we could just make a fucking...
It all hinged on Iron Man. That's what it was.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, if they
Yeah.
did...
Well,
Okay,
we'll
this
come back.
podcast about
Sense.
best 2017, guys. Come on.
Well, I
Come on.
mean, we got more.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get the ones that we're going to talk most about up at the front.
I don't know. Justice League is at the top of my list right now.
All right, so let's talk about something that I wanted to talk about right after we got out. I've seen it twice. Adam's seen it twice. I think you've only seen it once. Have you seen it twice? Star Wars?
I've only
3
seen it
times
once.
now.
Three times.
It just
Andrew
didn't hit
came
me.
Up and
So yeah,
It was
Star
good.
Wars.
It was good.
Let's
I
talk about
enjoyed
The Last
it.
Jedi.
It just didn't hit me. As
Why the
like,
fuck?
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ, take it easy. on the
Sorry,
levels, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Why is this movie? Why do you guys think this movie is so divisive? Because I honestly have no fucking idea.
Carrie Fisher.
You think she's probably the reason why it's
Yes.
so
Yes.
divisive? Well, yeah, I will not defend forced Superwoman. I will not defend that.
Yeah,
that
the
was
Superman
stupid as
fucking
fuck.
scene. That was fucking retarded.
I mean, sure,
I use the word lightly, by the way.
show her like using the Force some way, but that's such a shitty way to use it. And I know they didn't plan to write her out that way, but that would have been such an easy way to write her out
But
of
they
the movie.
didn't write her out.
No, they couldn't have because she'd already filmed everything before she passed away.
Stupid. I would have wrote her out. I would have been like, hey, rewrites. She's dead at this scene.
When she gets shot out of the, you have to rewrite the whole entire movie.
Okay, so I will agree.
Not necessarily.
Yes, you would.
I
Not
will
really.
agree.
Yes, you would.
There's just that one scene that you have to kind of.
or the scene with Poe, or the scene with Laura Dern.
Yeah, but
or
all
any
she
other
does,
scene in that movie.
all she does is make a fucking like one-liner or a fucking look.
She sleeps most of the movie.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't have to fucking change anything.
You would though. Anyway,
wouldn't.
what were you saying?
You would have to edit it differently.
Yeah, but there's barely
You
anything.
could work around it, sure. But
Yes.
what were you gonna say, Adam?
Okay, so the whole Force thing I loved about The Force Awakens is that, yes, we understand that Leia does have access to the Force.
We already knew that, like the fucking
we knew
first movie.
Empire says that.
But yeah, and then like that was
like there's another.
that whole little scene. Hey, all right, I'm awake for a second. Let me just fly back to my ship.
That was so
That
bad.
was so dumb.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I there was a lot of people bitching about The Last Jedi, like breaking the quote unquote rules of Star Wars and the Force. That's one that I'm like. Any other thing that happened in this movie I was like, eh. But this one I was just like, come the fuck. Audibly in the
She's
theater.
Force aware. It doesn't mean that she's Force
You can fucking fly.
during space without fucking breathing and not looking around.
She's dead. She's fucking dead.
She's
like,
dead.
I don't
I
even
would
care. She's dead.
have. I would have wrote her out the movie that way.
I would have, yeah, too, for sure.
Yes,
But honestly, you can't plan around. You know,
Okay, I'll agree
it's
with you on that.
unfortunate.
All right,
you can't
so-
plan around that.
all right, so let's move on to that because we're already at what are we at? And we're talking about 3 movies so far.
So I don't care. Not all the movies on my list we have to talk about.
Last Jedi, though.
Okay.
Last Jedi, I thought was fucking amazing in one aspect. Is you see the finality of that is Luke Skywalker.
Adam's
do you
very.
not, do you not like the fact that he? that he died the way he did?
Okay. Let's just open the discussion. I'm sure we all have thoughts about this, about how Luke Skywalker was handled in this movie.
Dude, I
don't want it
loved.
to get too heated.
I
here.
loved Luke Skywalker in this movie. Like
I do
I
too.
thought that this was the perfect way to let him go.
This is exactly what you should have done with Luke.
I honestly believe that this is the perfect way because he's always struggled with the fact that he's a Jedi. He has. And the fact that he finally is like, yeah, I need to accept what I am and who I am. I'm going to come back. I'm going to re-access myself. I'm going to re-associate myself
But
with
he
the Force.
doesn't fucking come back.
That's my.
That's because he doesn't want to be a part of it.
He does.
He doesn't.
He says that he reignites the rebellion.
He doesn't want to be a part of the rebellion.
No. He
doesn't want to be a part of
that. What Adam's issue is, and the same issue I have with it, he should have just fucking showed up on that planet. Why didn't he show up on the planet? Why did it have to be an astral projection?
Because he doesn't want to be a part of
He
it.
just fucking.
He does want to be a part
He
of it.
just
He talked
fucking-
to his fucking sister.
He just fucking dies anyway. What's the point?
But
He literally dies.
He
because
goes into the
doesn't wanna
Force.
Live anymore.
So
Okay,
what's
I
the
get
point?
that, but his whole thing is he doesn't want to be a. He
By the
does,
way,
but
there's
he doesn't.
spoilers for all these movies if you haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Too late now.
After we talk
His whole
about
thing is he doesn't want to go to this planet. He doesn't want to go and be a part of this whole rebellion thing. Being a projection, he's not exactly getting entangled in the whole thing.
But no, I can't. I gotta push back on that because the whole fucking thing about that is
that he makes it clear
He
that he's
says this is
there.
the rebellion isn't dead. This is the war just begun. Like
And
his
I will
whole
not
thing.
be the last
he
Jedi.
literally,
Like, he makes it very clear that
he showed
is
up to
there.
buy them time. He showed up to buy them time. That's
No,
it.
he showed up
Okay.
to inspire them.
No. He showed up to buy them time to escape and inspire them. He did both.
Okay, yes, okay.
But his whole
You can't fucking tell me that whole fucking standoff was for nothing. Because he knew Kylo would do that shit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the whole thing is like
Exactly.
everyone's like, holy shit, is Luke Skywalker. He's going to go on. He's going to challenge Kylo by himself. No. He's doing it for us.
Okay, so what are your opinions?
I
of how they
think
did it? Well,
that he did it for the greater good. He wasn't doing it
Well, yeah,
because he's like,
we can
yeah,
all
I'm a
agree on
cocky
that.
ass fuck, and I want the rebellion to fucking pursue.
that's who Luke has always been. So
I want it to be a whole concept of.
Well, Luke
I want to
has
give
always been for
these
the
guys
greater
who are
good.
fighting.
yell from this distance.
I want it to be a thing
don't
of
know
he's
what you
fighting.
want.
He's
Well, if you're
fighting
gonna
for
talk
people who
normal,
have a
keep it up
better
here.
reason of living.
Okay,
he's
Luke
fighting
has
for
always
people.
been for the greater good. all
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
that's
that's the whole
why
point of this
Luke-
whole final battle.
That's why Luke in A New Hope was a fucking pilot going after the Death Star, who everyone thought was gonna die. Like
All
he's
right.
always been.
All right.
But what I'm saying is the reason why he died or how he died
I'm trying to wrangle this.
was perfect because it's the same way Obi-Wan died.
And Yoda died.
It was the same way Yoda died. It was that they weren't slaughtered, they weren't murdered, they were at peace with the place in the Force.
That's a Jedi Master. That's your purpose.
Yeah, and they ascended into the Force. They became outworldly.
Although I'm sorry, I
will agree with you on that.
But I will.
Eternal.
But I will push back on the whole Luke thing. I'm fine with how they gave his going into the Force thing. But he didn't train Rey enough to justify that, man. Like
he didn't Jedi enough, man.
That's
Like,
what
he just walked away.
That's what I'm saying. Is like he trains her for a little bit of the movie. He finds them like touching hands.
His point was the Jedi is going to end. He didn't want to train her in the first place.
Yeah, but then he did when he goes in the Millennium Falcon and fucking sees R2. So then he realized that's the moment when he realizes I have to do this. I have to be a part of this fight because he sees his fucking sister and he sees this is the whole reason I got involved in the first fucking place. So that's when it changes. So my issue is he should have trained Rey more.
I'm segueing a little bit into Luke on this point. Is they kind of wrote him off into 30 years without any backstory. I really want a Luke Skywalker backstory.
Like, why the fuck did he go into exile type thing?
We know why he did it.
I mean, to be fair, Obi-Wan and Yoda went into backstory.
No, that's the thing.
But
We don't need that. We don't need a fucking another Obi-Wan movie. We don't need another like Luke Skywalker. Why can't in this universe can we just accept the fact that they just didn't fucking do anything for 30 years?
Okay,
Yeah.
real quick. Am I the only one who really wants an Obi-Wan origin story of him on origin story?
No, they've been talking about it, and
I just
Ewan
wanna see
McGregor clearly
Ewan
wants
McGregor.
that movie.
Yes,
I just want to see
but
him back. 'Cause
Darth
that's
Maul,
the highlight of everything.
Darth Maul coming after
trilogy.
Luke as a toddler and Obi-Wan coming back. Like, that's a fucking movie right there.
That's a cool idea, but I'm sorry.
I just want the fact that Darth Maul died. I don't want him to come back as a half man, half cyborg piece
Half
of shit.
spider.
Like, this stupid.
let's all. We're getting off track. So
We'll talk about this in a second.
Well,
because I want to talk about this.
we're not talking about.
We'll talk about it later.
The fucking cartoons
Off record.
off air.
Yeah, I just think that's a stupid concept.
But so how'd you guys feel about the Snoke thing?
I thought that
Fucking,
was pretty
I
cool.
loved it.
I thought it was awesome.
I loved it.
He turns the saber, fucking turns it on, slices him in half, and then they go on like a
Logically,
fucking redemption battle.
Probably doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It was
but
a great
it was cool.
twist. I mean, again, he did technically.
How did he not see it?
I mean,
if he can see in his mind, how did he
but
not
it's the whole
see
concept.
him do that?
But it's the concept.
But it's fucking cool.
No, he even worded it himself. He's like, I see him taking his saber and striking
You're going
his
Emperor on
opponent.
me.
Well, yeah, but
You're kind of like the Emperor.
yeah. He takes his saber and he sees him aiming it at his opponent and striking them down and killing them. He saw that. He just didn't see the victim as himself. But
Well, yeah. I get the symbolism.
It was kind of like a
Where you going?
clouded whammy.
Well, my thing is, I'm it's right there. I'm not mad about. There's a lot of, and there's a lot.
I thought it was badass.
I get why people are pissed because it's the idea of you didn't
What the
get.
fuck is
It's
he?
the same. Well, it's the same thing as fucking Phasma. It's like you don't see a lot of Snoke in The Force Awakens, so you imagine when you see him in Last Jedi, they're gonna build up his character more. And I gotta be honest with you, the little bit of time that we saw of Andy Serkis was great. I think Andy Serkis' performance was actually pretty damn good for the amount of time that he had. So I'm not upset in that aspect. And then people might be upset because they don't have the backstory or this, that, and the other thing. It's not this, but I'm like, for the love of God, people.
Okay.
Can we stop fucking wanting fucking backstory on every goddamn character in this universe? If you want that, go read the fucking books, go read the comic books, just give me a fucking movie and get to the
that
point.
doesn't apply to anything because
Yes, it does. Because
No,
you know
they
what?
don't really
You know what? When we wanted backstory, we got 3 fucking movies and they were shit. So I don't need backstory. Just give me the character, and if you kill him, you kill him.
we only want the backstory on how the first
I gotta push back on Snoke. I'm very mad about that.
about how the First Order was established.
It wasn't through. Well, okay, fine, but it's just let's just accept what it is. The
We're
First
just
Order is
saying-
just the Empire. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
it's
The
stupid.
Resistance is just a
And
rebellion.
yeah, so
they
how-
should have just named
how
them
did
that.
the rebellion succeed? And then, by the way,
Sorry, Rebel Alliance.
oh, thank you.
I didn't want the nerds to get mad at us.
Yeah.
Although I just
So how
fucking
did
went off
the
on
First
Snoke.
Order show up? Did they be like, all right, so hey, the Empire fucked up, jump in?
No,
No,
Adam. The
this-
Empire Strikes Back.
But it was kind of said in his backhanded comment, but they did that in the fucking novelization of The Force Awakens. There's so much more story.
didn't read that,
No,
so.
but no. I don't think they actually. I think they kind of explain the First Order. They explain Hux. They explain all this shit, and they don't do it in the movie because at some point you gotta understand. We gotta fucking go. We gotta get going.
And
We only have 2 to 3 hours to tell a story, and we don't.
Some of the biggest problems
they
I
make
had-
this world too dense.
with The Last Jedi is one. It was too much of a comedy. It was like joke
No,
after joke
fuck
after
off.
joke.
Fuck off. The first movie is fucking hilarious. Fuck off. Fuck off with that.
First movie is a great movie.
The
Wait,
first
what
movie.
first movie? What,
A New Hope.
Okay,
Watch
New
it.
Hope. It was funny.
No,
okay?
you only think that because the prequels are so fucking self-serious that
It's true.
that you forget how funny those movies are.
No, I'm okay. I get
But
that.
fine,
I get
fine,
that.
fine.
I get
I'm sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. Go on.
Okay,
One other thing.
A New Hope might be fucking
Just
funny.
real
Might be hilarious.
real
Might be the
quick.
best fucking comedy in the history of the world. But fucking
I'm sorry. I triggered you. I didn't mean
Last
to do that.
Jedi. Oh my god, Jake. Oh my god, Jake.
If you're gonna bitch about the post scene, go fuck yourself because he did the same thing in Force Awakens. The first scene you see of him is he goes, "Who's going to talk first? Am I going to talk? Are you going to talk? Stop! Don't do that. All right,
the point.
am I going to talk? You're going to no, but I'm just saying don't because it fucks up the audio. He does the same thing in the second movie. What's wrong with that? Nothing.
I'm just saying, like, oh my.
What?
There was too much comedy in The Last Jedi.
So you want a self-serious super?
I want a little bit more of a serious fucking dialogue because literally it was like joke after joke after joke.
Okay, seriously.
It really was.
I don't
And
think a lot.
It was.
There was a lot of jokes. I'm not going to.
It was too much.
It was a lot of jokes.
It was too much. And the fucking weird little bird fucking owl looking
Orcs.
motherfuckers, stupid as fuck.
If you're going to
Hey, they're adorable. And
They were worse than the Ewoks. They were worse than Ewoks. They were worse than Ewoks.
I've given up on this audio.
Okay. Now,
gonna
seriously,
be
guys,
And I want to eliminate Carrie Fisher. I want to eliminate Leia's whole
You'll
fucking
get that
existence.
in episode 9. They're going to kill them all off.
I know, but I also want to eliminate
What are you trying to do?
Finn.
You're fine.
I want to eliminate Finn's fucking storyline. That was fucking pointless. That was stupid.
yeah,
They should have killed him. They should have let him go right.
They should have. And then the fucking Asian bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking who the fuck
Jesus Christ.
asked you,
guys,
Patrice?
Guys, you're all
Like
making
that's
a
literally all I
really
can
great
fucking
point.
think of the whole time she was on fucking screen.
No,
I was like, I don't care.
I'm with you. Like Rose could have been. What? We're having a discussion.
Yeah, it's a great Star Wars.
Is that they would have
podcast.
just focused?
Fine.
If they would have just
It's
focused
our
on.
show. We can do whatever the hell we want.
If they would have just
All right.
focused on everything but Finn, but fucking Leia,
It's mostly just the movies that
would have
we've
been
all
a decent.
seen and we haven't
would have
had
been
a
a
chance to
decent movie.
talk about.
Would have been a decent movie.
But yeah,
Okay, so I've honestly, I've watched Star Wars 3 times, and I fell asleep during the Finn and Rose scenes.
Stupid.
Yes, unnecessary. Kill Finn. He has
He
nothing
would
to
have
do.
died a hero's death.
Honestly,
his death would have been great.
Would have been
honestly,
awesome, but
they
no, I
built-
love you.
they built Finn as being Poe's best friend, and this movie, obviously the fish guy is his best friend. I don't even know anything about the fish guy, the blue fish guy.
He talked like that.
Yeah, and he actually hugs him at the end. He doesn't hug Finn.
Hey, he hugged everybody. They were all happy. No, okay, I'm
And
sorry.
he is the only other guy besides the main character who survived. He is the, God damn it, who's the guy who survived in A New Hope? There's a-
Akbar.
no, who's the
Does
guy?
that hurt me? He
Sorry.
died. Fucking just kill him.
Off screen, by the way. But who's?
Well, it was on screen. We saw it. He was in that room.
I guess that's
But they
it.
announced it off screen.
Yeah.
And announced. Well,
but
you
there
know what I
was-
mean. Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Luke's best friend died off screen in A New Hope.
Red Fox 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh God, is it Red Fox?
It's something like that.
Because Red Fox is fucking Sanford and Son. That damn Family Guy joke got me.
But the fact is, the
Red Leader. Red
blue-
Leader.
the
That's his name.
Red
blue
Leader.
fish guy
Fucking
is
red
obviously Poe's best friend. He stood by him during the fucking mutiny. He was there. He survived.
Are you just
He was-
upset that they didn't build on that?
I'm really pissed off about that.
Okay.
Yeah, like
That's a weird thing to be triggered by, but all right.
I mean, I've seen it three times.
And I have had time to analyze this fucking movie.
So,
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
like, what the
I'm
fuck?
sorry, but that's the thing.
Okay.
This movie is clearly divisive because, look, you and I fought about it because you thought it was too funny, and I was like, fuck you, it's fine. Like,
I don't think it was too funny.
I think it was too funny.
I think there were a lot of jokes, but I think you're exaggerating a bit.
Eh.
You're saying like everything was like fucking Seinfeld in space, but it
was
wasn't.
Seinfeld isn't even funny.
Fuck you! I will
fucking stupid.
fucking strangle you with my fucking XLR cable,
Yeah?
you asshole.
Piece of shit.
Point is,
I'm just saying that when your main character isn't even the funniest character in your show, then you got a problem.
you can shut up right now. It is an ensemble show.
Jerry
Check
is
out the
shit.
actor,
Jerry
dude.
is shit.
Well, it's also
Yeah,
right.
fuck.
One final thing about Last Jedi. Good things that we liked about that movie. I love the final planet, the salt planet crate. Loved it. I thought that was a cool setting. Fucking the final fight with Luke and Kylo was great.
That was pretty cool.
I thought. I never.
Yeah, if only he had a green fucking lightsaber.
That's the thing that bothered me because that was the way to be like telling you as an audience like this isn't real.
They tore it apart. We get it.
Not that long ago in that movie. And the whole foot on the sand, the salt thing was like salt. I love that. I fucking love that movie. I will fight to the death to argue about that movie. And here's why I like The Last Jedi versus The Force Awakens. I will argue that it's better than The Force Awakens because the same fucking people that think The Force Awakens is better than The Last Jedi are the same people that were bitching that it was A New Hope 2.0, where it's like they don't take enough chances. It's the same shit. And I'm like, I would rather see a movie take chances and fail than do the same shit over again. That's just how I feel about
Look,
The Last
it
Jedi.
was a fun
And
movie. It was
I
good.
think that
and if it wasn't a Star
Last
Wars,
Jedi failed.
and if it wasn't a
That's
Star
your
Wars
opinion.
movie, it would have done really well. But the problem is, it had to base. It had to base on
I cried like
characters.
3 times in that movie.
What?
At least 2 times.
Okay.
When he's talking to Leia at the end, I fucking cried because of real life situations.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's ever really
okay,
gone.
fine,
I defy you to watch that and not cry.
Okay, but it had to build on characters that really didn't grab us in The Force Awakens. All right, that's my biggest thing. And you're trying to throw away characters.
I don't know about throw away.
Uh,
Who are you talking about? Luke?
Luke and Leia, man. I mean,
We're not
Leia was
throwing 'em
good,
away. We're
but
not throwing him away.
dude, she was like fucking 80 at that point. 75.
if they would have kept the whole story with Leia, everything except for Superman Returns, fucking death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they would have blew it up and she was still in the ship and
'Cause
she
I
somehow
guarantee
crawled
you-
back inside, I would have been more okay with that.
I guarantee you,
real
when you saw
quick.
that.
Do not give Ryan Johnson his own trilogy. I understand.
It's
that-
Ryan. It's spelled weird, but it's Ryan.
Ryan Johnson.
I thought it was that way too. It's like it's a
Okay,
weird.
Ryan, don't give him his own trilogy.
That's kind. I think that's what
I
they're
don't know
setting.
what you're talking about.
They're giving him his own Star Wars trilogy,
Who?
separate
What?
of the saga. The guy who directed Last Jedi, Ryan Johnson, is getting his own one.
Stupid.
He's also the first director to direct a Star Wars movie, other than George Lucas, to actually solo write and direct. So that's probably why people are a little upset about it. I love Ryan Johnson's work. I fucking love Brick. I love Looper. Great movies. Why not have his own trilogy?
Is he going to
I guess it
same-
would. I guess
the-
it would
the same
counter
trilogy,
my
or-
argument of the expanded universe and be like, go read this, whatever.
Or
But
is it an off?
I mean, it really comes down.
I think that's what the Broom Kid was setting up. Well, I didn't think about that until I listened to Kevin Smith
I
talk
honestly
about
had
it.
a
Is it-
conversation with this
what I
earlier.
wanna know, what
It's
I
like
wanna
if
know.
it's gonna be at more Jedi, I'd be okay with that.
Sure, yeah.
What I want to know.
That's what I think it's
is-
trying to set up as like the other branches of the rebellion or the resistance, whatever.
What I want to know is it going to be a continuation of the Skywalker trilogy?
It has nothing to do with the saga. It's its own. It's in the universe. It's
Then I
its own
think
thing.
that I think it's just pointless.
Disney's
Skywalker.
gonna milk the
Okay, you know
fuck
the
out of that.
Skywalker
I know that. I
fucked
know
up
that.
the whole universe.
But I think
right?
that the reason for Star Wars and the whole reason for the rebellion, the fucking whole reason for Jedi Alliance is Skywalker.
Wait.
Wait,
I'm
you-
sorry. We'll get away from Star Wars. I promise. real quick.
And I think that anything other than is stupid. Rogue One, I hated it.
One
It was
paragraph
cool.
answers.
We got Darth Vader back, but I hated it. I didn't like
Adam, you're starting. One paragraph answer. Are you okay with the fact that Rey's parents are just fucking random people?
They're not.
Yes. You know why?
They're not.
Because their grandfather is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Why?
They're
Why?
not.
That's so
It's
fucking
not.
lame.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No.
Where do you want
She's a solo, Adam. She's a solo.
Back. If you're gonna talk normal, be up here. If you're gonna yell, I'll be back here. But my thing
She's
is,
a solo.
no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You motherfuckers. You don't need to be related to Kenobi or a Skywalker to have the Force. Jedis have been around, and the Force has been around before them.
Fine.
But I'm saying
I don't care
is
about any of this anymore. Go on.
she's a solo. She's got to be a solo. Because the connection between her and Kylo, the
That was made
connection
by Snoke.
but the connection between
Explained it.
I get that. Like whatever.
I want to talk about Jumanji.
But I'm saying is the connection between her
Can we
and
get
Han
past Star
Solo
Wars? I don't care about Star Wars
that you don't
anymore.
get a connection like that unless you are related.
Anyway, Jumanji.
I think that she's
We
a
all
solo.
saw that.
I liked it. Enjoyed it.
I'm okay with her parents not mattering. Jumanji.
I mean, I'm okay with that too, but I'm pretty sure she's a solo.
Fucking hilarious. Laughed way more than I expected to laugh at that movie.
Great movie. All
Yeah,
right.
well, I'm missing the two other inches of my dick. Because
A lot more dick jokes in that movie, actually, than I expected. A lot of dick jokes.
which also brings me to my first point is Jack Black playing teen angst fucking
Best
woman.
part of the movie.
Jack Black
hilarious.
stole that movie, yeah.
Hilarious.
Did
played-
not
he
expect
played high
that. Yeah,
maintenance
did
woman
not
very
expect
well.
Actually,
that
I take
at
that.
all.
I take that back. He didn't steal the movie. He was the reason I fucking bought a ticket. Because I'll
Well-
give him credit. That trailer was funny, and I was like, "All right, I'm into this."
I honestly thought there was going to be way too much of. We're obviously playing this up because Jack Black's a teenage girl, and he actually made it work.
It's very effective. Like it doesn't get in the way. It doesn't
plays
beat you
it
over the
so
head.
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
When it happens,
Honestly,
it's funny as shit.
I went into it with a grain of salt because I was like, Jumanji, original, fucking badass, good, awesome movie.
Eh.
And well, fuck you guys. You know it was good.
It's not a bad movie at
I
all.
mean, it's not Zathura, but
Zathura was dick. Zathura was shit.
Call back to a different episode.
Don't even.
Don't you fucking talk shit about Zathura.
I'm not saying Zathura was bad. I'm just saying it was shit.
You thought the Star Wars discussion was heated. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that like Zathura was pretty much the same thing
Yeah.
as Jumanji. Like it was the same.
Well, and I think
it was the same movie.
that's the issue that it kind of runs into is where it's like you wait this long. It's kind of a weird thing. Like, who do you make this movie for? Because you make it for guys like us who know the original from 20 years ago, but also you're trying to make it a family movie. And I gotta say, there were shits. They were saying bullshit and shit, and they were saying like it was like a hard PG-13. It's not hooked up.
I can hear me.
Well, yeah, on your thing, but I can't. It's not gonna. You gotta.
But I liked
I like the idea.
I liked the whole point that it was the game is trying to appeal to the audience, and it's like, oh shit, the board game doesn't work. I'm going to adapt. I'm going to make.
Yeah,
a
that- I
video.
like
I'm going
that.
to make a video game
How they made it
that was
into
a
a
great
video.
and
idea.
appeal to the time.
I think it was interesting that it's a sequel, but it's really not.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
a
like if
sequel,
you
but
haven't
it's also a
seen the
reboot.
original, if you haven't seen the original, then
You're
it
fine.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you don't need to see the other one.
But those of you who have seen the original, it's like, oh,
Well,
Alan
yeah,
Parrish,
which is
fucking
what
hideout, cool.
Like the whole Alan Parrish was here,
That's a nice touch.
and the villain was actually the same villain from the original.
I didn't know that, but I guess it makes sense.
It makes sense, but like you really
Well,
don't.
the villain was so
know.
non-existent
Yeah.
that fucking. And
I honestly had to
and-
look it up online. to
Yeah.
I also
realize.
like
In the
what's
first
his
movie,
name,
he's
the
more of a
British guy,
character.
like the British guy that was like the
Oh, I don't know his name. I know who you're talking
the
about.
pre-downloaded character, and he's like,
Oh, he was in
"Scream Jumanji."
That dude is funny as hell. He
He's
was in.
fucking funny.
He's in. What We Do in the Shadows. He's also in Yes Man. He's his boss.
Yep, I love that guy.
I'll call you. He's funny as
He's
fuck.
funny.
Okay.
You
I love
guys
him.
want to come to my
Welcome to Jumanji.
my Harry Potter?
Yeah, I love doing Yes Man. I'm not.
But you and I were talking about it. You need to see What We Do in the Shadows. That movie is funny as fuck. It's from the guy Taki Waititi.
Okay. go on.
It's the guy who does Ragnarok, which we'll talk about. Have you
I
seen
haven't
it?
seen it yet.
Oh fuck. Well,
Anyway,
we won't talk about it then.
I've heard
Have you
great
seen
things.
it?
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
I loved it too.
But anyway, Jumanji.
Jumanji.
I loved how, and you and I were talking about this. I loved how much it is a video game movie without actually being a video game movie. Like, you can tell that the people that wrote this movie had let's make a fun, cool video game movie without actually being a video game.
Yeah.
Because there's like funny things where like they tap their boob.
They definitely did.
The only problem I have
Only
with this
one of
movie,
those.
the only problem I have is Spencer. That's the nerd guy, right? That plays the Rock, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the only thing I don't like is that he's calling out his moves the whole time, where he's like, "Oh yeah, uppercut."
That's
I love
funny.
side punch.
That's funny.
I'm
with you on
Yeah,
that.
that
It's
didn't like
funny.
it. I didn't
That
like
is like a Dragon Ball Z thing, and I actually love that. And they only did it one time.
That sounds like a
Well,
dude
I know,
who's like
I know.
trying to.
I'm just saying, like when he was playing the game, that was funny. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm calling out my moves," but when he's a Rock, and he's like, "Yeah, side punch, uppercut, throw through the
That's
wall."
the character.
I was
Why
just
wouldn't
like,
it be?
stupid.
He's a nerdy dude who.
I mean, I get it. I get it. I get the
Playing
concept.
video
I'm not
games
saying
and,
that
like-
it wasn't
I love
credited.
it.
I'm just saying that it was kind of just like,
It like I will say like it amazed me on how much I really like it. There was very little that I
and
don't
like I
like
said,
about that
like I
movie.
said, that was the only problem I had with the movie. Otherwise, it was fucking awesome.
Exactly. There's
Like, that was
little
the only
tiny
thing that I didn't like.
Other than that, I really don't get. The only, I guess, the only real issue you could maybe point out, I guess there's probably the big one is like the villain is irrelevant. But I get, that's just the
And also that Nick Jonas's character falls for Jack Black's character, and it's like, I don't know what you really look like, but I'm turned on by the fact that you're fucking Jack Black.
Hey, he's
I
easy to
do love
talk.
that.
He's easy to talk to.
But I also like that.
Back off, seaplane.
that
Love
when,
that guy.
when he comes back in the 90s, he names his daughter after
Yeah, that was cute.
her. That was good. That was cute.
That was cute.
Well, I mean, obviously he's not gonna be with her. Because
I love how they
I
smash
get
it.
I get it. But
Which they should have done in the first fucking movie. They do in this movie. They smashed it when they were.
yeah, but a board game you can't really
You can
smash.
it. No,
I mean, I guess you could smash it, but it's a board. So
But
I mean, like,
what I was trying to-
really not doing
hey,
anything.
what did you do with the Beethoven that my ex wife gave me?
I
Jesus.
smashed it.
With what?
An axe.
You chopped off the.
I chopped Beethoven's head off.
Jesus, I did not. We were going that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, you.
I guess, like I said, the only complaint that, like, the big complaint you could probably have is like the villain is irrelevant, but that's just the trappings of modern ensemble movies. Like, you're not really there for
But-
the villain; you're there for the characters.
And that's what I'm saying is like, it really doesn't matter that you don't care about the villain because the,
only thing-
characters are so good.
The only thing that I liked, and this is like nitpicking, and I was telling Adam about this. The only thing I don't really like is any hard situation, the characters had to sit down next to each other and be like, "Hey, man, you can do this. You can do this." Like, they said that way too much of like, "You can do it." And I'm like, motherfuckers, it's a video game. Do the fucking shit. Like, I know if you die, you stay in it, but I think everything was funny. I like how they address, like, everybody throws a fucking shitstorm about Karen Gilliam, I think is her name. The midriff on her, like, why is she over sexualized? They make a joke
Because
about
it's
it in the
a video
movie.
game.
They make a joke about
I
it.
honestly think
It's a 90s video game.
point honestly is the whole cake thing.
That was funny as shit.
No,
You have a
funny as
complaint
shit.
with that? That was
no,
awesome.
wait, hear him out.
My only complaint is why is he the only one with the shitty as shit weakness like that?
No, Seaplane is. He gets bit by a fucking mosquito, he dies.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
West
because-
Nile.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh my
because
God.
Because he's in a jungle environment. All right. Kevin Hart would have no reason to do with cake.
It's a-
Like, give somebody else a random shitty.
Yeah, but he's got like a lot of weaknesses. He has no strengths.
So
Like that's just his character. He's just shit.
Also, I love the fact that his power is just having a big backpack.
Yeah.
yeah. He's the
Backpack
valet.
power. And I will say, like, I love how they did a callback
What do you need, man? You need a boomerang?
to the. That's one of my strengths.
yeah.
And he just fucking throws a boomerang. Like, what the fuck?
I also have a complaint with that. Like, that's one of his strengths, and they use it once randomly.
I'm sorry. It's hard to judge. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're fine.
They use it once, like in the beginning, and never bring it up again.
Yeah. But I guess that's kind of. Yeah, like, again,
I
it's
think-
nitpicking because we all fucking
It is.
love that
yeah,
movie.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah.
Like,
All
that's
right.
that's the amazing thing about Jumanji. I did not expect
remember.
that.
I don't remember the exact words, but one of the Rock's like powers, his strengths, is the intense look. the
smoldering. Oh my gosh, that was so fucking funny.
And both of the
Jack
women
Black.
characters are like,
And he's like,
oh my god,
can you wait?
can you
Do you know that you're doing that, or you just do it naturally?
Like, is that like a preset? Like, you
dude,
know how to do that?
when
Or-
Jack Black is teaching her how to fucking flirt, dude, it's so fucking
oh my god,
funny.
that's so fucking hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. As I did not like, fuck me, Jumanji was
No,
great.
And then when she goes down there to like flirt, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, she forgot everything I told her."
She's walking like she's got a fucking seizure. and shit. No, yeah.
That was hilarious.
And her
then she starts dance fighting. That was awesome.
Do you guys want to dance? She just fucking beats him up.
That was awesome.
Like I said, like
you go, girl.
honestly, the way we talk about it, I think unanimously
Jumanji was good.
might be our movie of the year. Honestly. Jumanji might be in the movie of 2017. It might.
I love Jumanji.
402 Films movie of 2017 might actually be Jumanji because we all fucking love that movie.
It was a solid movie.
You said okay, so let's talk about.
So look, you didn't take a drink. Or you just
I've
got-
been drinking, you dick. I'm not. I'm.
All right,
You've
Adam
been
and-
drinking water, you puss. You've been drinking water. So
Oh
fuck off.
shit!
It's actually straight vodka. So
Oh, he fucking fooled you.
My ass.
Fooled you.
take a drink.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
It's water.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You fuck.
All right.
That's
Okay.
what I thought.
Quick fire ones. Spider-Man: Homecoming. You and I talked about that. It's on my personal YouTube.
I
How do you
liked
feel
it.
about that?
I
You liked it
enjoyed
a lot. It's
I have a fucking drone.
I know you do.
it is clearly the best Spider-Man movie by far.
Yeah, and we actually all play with that drone about.
It's fun.
I'm going to say that the most close to the actual lore.
My only issues I had with Homecoming, and this is the same one that you had, was his suit. He relied too much on his suit. It was too.
Oh, yeah.
It was too
Oh, yeah.
Iron Man style.
Yeah.
It was like and that's why I like how in the movie they kind of address it and they're like, all right, let's just let him fucking be Spider-Man at the end of this movie
Yep.
and do shit. Wonder Woman, fucking amazing.
Oh, so we're just like spitballing right now.
Okay.
well, I'm just kind of
Free
getting
firing.
Well,
we spent.
a lot of time.
I just want to say that Spider-Man, I loved it. I enjoyed it,
Oh, so
but
you
No, because we spent so much. We've already talked about.
but I'm gonna go ahead and say that Michael Keaton was better than Spider-Man. The Vulture was.
You
better
liked
than Spider-Man.
Vulture more than
I
Spider-Man.
like Vulture better than Spider-Man,
Interesting take.
just because I love Michael Keaton.
How many knives do you have in your kitchen?
A lot.
No, I mean, and another thing I didn't like about Spider-Man was his Asian best friend, the guy in the chair. I didn't like that.
Ned,
Yeah, I didn't like
I think
it.
is his name.
I thought
No,
that was
dude, that
stupid.
joke where he said he was watching porn was pretty fucking funny. Take that, Disney movies. So yeah, I just kind of set it up for him to kind of talk about that. Wonder Woman, fucking great.
Haven't seen it, so please.
How have you not seen Wonder Woman yet?
I'm sorry. What was the whole joke of
I own
my
s-
marriage?
I own
You'll
Wonder
get
Woman.
over it. You'll see it.
Yeah,
You'll see it.
that's stupid. That's a fucking
Luke,
that's
move
stupid.
on. Luke, move on.
I'm sorry, but
Just move on.
Move
I
on.
just-
Luke,
whatever.
don't talk about it.
anyway, Wonder Woman was a good movie. Good
I'm
movie.
saying in time he'll watch it.
Oh, I
It.
own it. You want to
It.
watch it?
Stephen King's It. I need to buy it. Stephen King's It.
Great movie. Yeah.
I loved it.
A lot
I loved
funnier
It.
than I expected.
It was great.
And that's that's not a negative thing. Like they built so much on the camaraderie of
The kids.
the kids. So and it was so funny that when the shit goes down with Pennywise, you actually gave a shit.
Oh yeah.
You're like, whoa, what's going on?
Well,
I
I mean,
also
it really
like-
comes down to fans who actually haven't read the book.
I
honestly
don't
thought
have
that-
time to read that book. Yeah.
It's so
I honestly
big.
thought that one of the kids would die. Like, I mean,
Really?
you actually cared. Yeah.
Well, what's his fuck broke his arm.
That was
What was that?
God, what was his name?
Eddie?
I think it might have been. I can't remember the kid's name.
I
It
can't
sounds
remember.
shitty. I
It's
care
Rick-
about the
There's
loser's
the one named Richie, isn't it? The cocky, loudmouth
Yeah.
Stranger Things kid.
It's Richie and Georgie is the one that dies at the beginning.
Billy is the main kid.
Billy, yeah.
The one with
The
the
one that
stutter.
stutter, yeah.
But the one from Stranger
That
Things.
fucking.
the kid with the
can we
glasses.
talk about that
I
slideshow
loved-
scene?
Yeah,
Can we
that's
talk about
fucking
that?
crazy.
Scared the fuck out of me.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. Like that movie is effective. Like
Dude,
there's scary
so
parts.
many
It was very
fucked up
effective.
things in this movie. or in the book that didn't make it into the movie.
Well, the orgy they're not going to put in the
The
movie.
orgy and the fact that the bully, the kid with the mullet that carves his name into the fat kid, he fucking
Gets
kills
jerked
his,
off.
He kills his baby brother.
Yeah, and his buddy
jerks
fucking
off.
jerks
Gets
it-
off to it.
Yeah, and then his buddy jerks him off too, and he.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird.
Like
Stephen King.
Stephen
man.
King went through a fucking weird ass
Fucking
time.
weirdo.
The fuck?
He had like what?
Yeah, because Kansas City blew a 21-3 lead.
He had like what? Like 2 chapters worth of a fucking orgy in the fucking sewer. Like what the fuck?
No, I loved it. I can't wait for chapter 2. It's going to be great.
No, I'm excited for it. It's gonna be awesome.
Adam, now is your time.
Okay.
We're gonna take.
Oh yeah.
Luke, the chemistry and the camaraderie between the kids was awesome.
Yeah, that's what sold the movie.
It was
obviously.
it was awesome because it was
Great.
80s.
Oh, Bill Skarsgård.
rom-com, coming of
great
age
Pennywise.
movie.
Fucking great.
Coming of age movie. It was awesome.
All right, now Luke. I asked for complete silence, and this is a movie that I have not seen, and I thought about seeing, but Adam has seen it for me, so I don't have to.
Oh yeah.
5 minutes.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
I'll set a timer.
Thank you.
5 minutes, Adam. I was honestly interested in seeing this movie.
Okay, just don't say anything.
I'm just gonna say.
Okay.
I was interested in this movie, and I kind of wanted to see it. Adam saw it before I did, and Adam fucking hates it. So I went. I'll cut our mics completely.
Okay.
I just want to hear your 5-minute rant about the movie Downsizing. So I'm just gonna turn our mics off and shoot.
All right, so it's all me. Is the timer set? Okay, thank you. All right, so I want to start off by saying this movie is about downsizing. Okay?
I was gonna say I turned my mic off, so go for it.
This movie is downsizing. I have 5 minutes, and I am going to talk my honest, true feelings about this movie. The only thing that I loved about this movie was the fact that it had actual true scenes from Omaha, Nebraska.
Alexander Payne. He's fucking very hit or miss, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, go on. I'm not supposed to interrupt. You get 5 minutes. Go.
Yep. All right. And actually, downtown Omaha is actually seen in this movie. Second off, what the hell is this movie is about? I wanted this movie to be good. I honestly did. I thought this movie was going to be Walter Mitty, Forrest Gump. I thought this movie was going to be the true, I want to be better. I'm a mediocre man trying to make my way in this world movie, okay? And they established that in the 45 minutes into the movie. And guess what? They threw it away in 55 minutes into this movie. There was no consensual plot. And you know what the weirdest part of this movie was?
No, go.
Male nudity.
A lot of dick.
There was a lot of dick in this movie. There were no boobs. There was
rated R?
There were
Oh yeah, it was.
What?
there were no boobs. There were no vagina. There was a
Oh, that
lot.
sucked because it said nudity in the thing, and I was like, all right, tits.
None of
Wow.
that. And like, I mean, but they tried to portray it as an artistic thing. Hey, we're gonna.
Wait. Before you continue.
No, I'm.
Wait, you gotta- you gotta
I have
Matt
a
Damon
rant.
dick.
I have a rant.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Matt Damon dick.
I'll give you a few more seconds.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yes.
Keep going. All right.
Okay, so the whole thing is.
I'll give you a few more seconds.
Okay, so I have 5 minutes.
I know. I'm giving you more seconds because we
So the
interrupted.
whole thing is men and women have to split off. Okay, so they have to split off. They have to shave all their hair, and we get to see the dick. All right, and it's not hard on dick. It's flaccid dick, and that's
All right, I'm listening. Keep going.
the whole thing. Is it's like scientific. Okay, you have to do that to get downsized.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, well, it makes.
It's like when you go to the
sense.
doctor and you get naked. It happens.
Okay, and then that's it. All right, so we see a lot of fucking dick.
No tits though.
No tits. I mean, again, he's
they're separated. They're separated.
yeah, it's Matt Damon. Okay, and then we get a lot of characters who are portrayed at the very beginning of the movie. Time jump, never brought up again. These characters brought up again. Time jump, never brought up again. Time jump characters never brought up again. And then
fucking hates it.
And then Matt Damon decides, you know what? This makes sense. Let's fuck up everything that we've ever done because we're small and go into this and then come out 3,000 years You did give a spoilers alert, right?
Yeah, this whole thing's a spoiler thing.
3,000 years later.
I'm not going to see this movie.
Yeah, nobody is. 3,000 years later, and we're going to be fine. And spoilers alert, it's a guy who was mentioned in the beginning 3 seconds of the movie. And then they're going to throw in the first 10 seconds to establish some random plot. This Vietnam woman who was forced to downsize, she lost her leg, who, an hour and a half into the movie, is the romantic interest. What?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Exactly.
That's the fucking thing.
Because I know Kristen Wiig leaves him. Because they're together.
And
They're
that
going to do it as
has
a couple. She leaves him. That's in the trailer.
Yeah, and that's all you need to know about that couple.
You're like, he doesn't get any emotionally upset about it or anything once he downsizes?
Nope, that literally is it, dude.
Because she says no, and he downsizes anyway.
Yep, and then they do a time jump, and he doesn't care. That's
What?
literally it, dude.
I thought that was the main conflict of the movie.
That's literally it. Kristen Wiig does not come back past the trailer. I'm not making this up. Kristen Wiig, past what you saw in the trailer, does not come up. Okay, I'm done.
No, keep going. I interrupted a few times.
Okay, so we'll get a...
Well, no, I mean, you can keep talking about it. I just want to
Kristen
kind of get your most...
Wiig does not come back past that.
That's fucking disappointing. I wanted to see that movie.
And, okay, so there are so
Glad
many,
you saw it, so I didn't.
there are so many celebrities in this movie that are not utilized to what they should have
Just
been.
like quick
Kristen
cameos.
Wiig,
Jason Sudeikis.
Yep,
Neil Patrick Harris.
yep. You know what you saw of NPH in the trailer?
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Yep, he's the advertisement. That's it. He's done.
Stupid.
Yep. It's the only actual celebrity who was brought back in this movie is Christoph Waltz. And he is the only good part of this movie.
Jesus.
Like, this movie, I would literally take Luke's dick and piss on.
You're what? You piss on his dick, or you would take it?
No, I would take Luke's
and
dick
then let
and
him piss on you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's really gross.
So I would piss on you.
So please don't watch this movie, guys. I wanted this movie
I kind
to
of
be
want to
good.
watch it drunk now, though.
Yeah,
I would go see it
get
hammered.
trashed.
I mean, I'd be okay with that. Like, if we had to watch it, but only if it's like a red box.
Yeah, like $1 kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I wanted to see this movie.
I wanted this movie to be so good.
I wanted it to be
Again,
good.
I wanted to be like a Walter Mitty. I wanted to be like a...
I haven't seen a shitty movie with you in the theater in a while. Were you like? Did you see this by yourself, or did you see this with your with?
I saw
Grace?
it with the girlfriend.
I think what we need to do as a group is once a month on maybe like a Thursday, Tuesday, we find the shittiest reviewed
God.
movie
and then come back and talk about it.
and then go see it and then come back and talk about it.
Oh God, and give a
They
spoiler
actually-
review.
Drake and Josh had a thing called what was it? Bad Movie Monday. That
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, where they see
They go-
shitty
They go and see the shittiest movie.
was actually not a bad idea. But
Well, if we all buy an AMC movie pass, we could do that. Because it's.
I can't justify going and seeing the movies enough.
I'm just saying, if you, it's like, I think the one I saw was like $90. It's totally worth it.
Oh, so the reason he's connected to Christoph Waltz, Christoph
year,
Waltz
anyway.
is rich.
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz is rich, and he's the downstairs neighbor. Or he's the upstairs neighbor of Matt Damon, and Matt Damon becomes his maid.
What?
They spend an hour and a half explaining the movie.
To where it's just basically Matt Damon trying to find a job. as a midget?
a job downsized.
Actually, yeah, you're not wrong.
Jesus
You're really
Christ.
not. You're out. Honestly,
They sell this movie as his fucking coming of age existential movie about what it means to be in the world and how great the world can be when you're this tiny fucking person.
Okay,
I'm just saying, if I could downsize, because my fucking like 50,000 a month or 50 a month,
Okay.
a year would translate to basically 12 million a year.
So
Like, that'd be crazy.
okay,
as fuck.
yes. Okay, so they start that, and an hour and a half into it, you realize that Matt Damon is an occupational therapist. So he knows how to make your leg work in an occupation. All right? So you think this whole movie is going to be about him trying to work with little people and make them like not be like the poor little people and not be like the doctor you have to pay a lot of it.
Yeah.
And then, hey, you know what? Let's go fucking go underground. They don't know what the fucking plot of their own movie is. And that's what fucking pisses me off. And I mean, I'm okay with that. If you're gonna spend an hour and a half
Christ.
doing that, I'm fine with that. Whatever. But don't let me spend 3 hours of a movie watching Matt Damon.
Is it that long? It's like 2.5 hours?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Watching Matt Damon walk around in an unplotted screenplay.
Hey, but he walked around in Omaha.
Yeah, but
Was it filmed in Omaha?
Yeah.
What?
There's actually downtown Omaha. You
how
were
did
taking
we
a
not
piss
know?
when he said
no,
that.
How do we not know?
Dude, 20 minutes was filmed in Omaha. The rest
20
was
minutes?
fucking. The
That's
rest was
also
filmed-
why he
the
was in
rest-
Lincoln a couple, like,
I didn't know
year or
that.
so
I
ago.
didn't know that.
Yeah, the rest was fucking
visiting
filmed in
his-
fucking Arizona.
He was visiting his family, but it was also the movie was also being shot in
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Down.
Because Alexander Payne is from Nebraska.
Downsizing is
director.
literally. If downsizing does not get a Razzie, I will literally boycott.
All right, we
the
have
Razzies.
3 more movies. There were 5, but I eliminated them because
And
not
real
all
quick-
of us had seen them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so real quick, I wanted to thank Jacob and Luke for giving me the time to.
No, I wanted
Oh,
to hear
you're
you
welcome.
fucking roast
You're
this movie
welcome.
because you told me about this a few days ago, and you started to tell me about it. And I'm like,
I just
dude,
knew you hated it. I didn't know you hated it that
I-
much.
oh, God,
I
dude,
did
yeah.
too, but I was like, he was gonna go into it like on a rant. And I'm like, fucking save it for the podcast.
Yep.
All right,
You gave me-
so-
So
all right.
thank you guys. That was very nice of you.
3 more movies.
Thank
2 of
you.
us have seen this one of the 3 movies, and we will torch it. And
God, do you really want me to torch after I'm coming off?
no,
heat
we'll
of
both
this?
torch this next movie, and then
After the heat, do you want to do the other one before this?
no, we'll
so
do
I can have a time.
We'll do
to,
one that we all liked, and then
Okay,
we'll torch the other
That's a
movie.
very smart move.
Lego Batman came out in 2017.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Fucking love that.
Love that fucking movie.
Will Arnett is my Batman.
Dude, I will honestly say that it is probably the best Batman movie in the Batman franchise.
He's one of the best.
Like, it's pretty fucking
You know
awesome.
why?
kinda ballsy.
You know why I fucking loved Lego Batman? Because it addressed 75 years of its history.
It's 75 plus. It's like 78, I think.
Well,
right
I mean,
now.
and that's the thing, and it makes
Yeah.
fun of it.
But-
And it's like, yeah,
Okay.
that's in the 90s.
guys.
The bat nipples. That was not me.
Okay.
Weird time.
That was weird times.
What you guys are saying is exactly what
aged great.
Deadpool did. Like
Aged very well.
it's addressing what it is.
Yeah, I know. That's why we like it. Yeah, but Deadpool came out in 2016.
So we can't talk about that.
No.
Oh, my bad.
That's what I'm saying.
The one thing though is there's all these villains, there's all these fucking things, but the fact that Batgirl is like, hey, or like all of them, anyway, it was like, let's just take masks off and be like, hey, this is who I am,
Yeah.
in front of all these bad guys, and I'm like, wait, what?
Dude, the fucking funniest scenes were in the. This movie already had so
In
much.
the Batcave at Wayne Manor.
No, before
was
that.
fucking awesome.
Even before that. Like, this movie had so much going for it because the Lego movie was a surprise.
I didn't see
funny
the Lego movie.
Lego movie is funny as hell.
What the fuck?
I've heard bad reviews on Lego Ninjago though.
I want to see it.
I want to see
funny.
it too, but I've heard bad reviews.
Oh, I'll rent it. It's on.
Oh, I'll watch it.
But no, the thing about Lego Batman is, I joked about it. It addresses the 75 plus years of its history. It fucking does that in the very beginning of the movie. First of all, it quotes Michael Jackson, which
Yes.
is fucking hilarious that you get
you
this
want
in
to
a
make a
Batman
change?
movie. But
Then
this,
start with the man in the mirror, Michael Jackson. No, Batman said
you
that.
gotta make a change. Woo. He has the woo. But then at the fucking beginning of it, you have the Joker like taking over the plane. First of all, when they shoot, it's pew 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 every time they fucking shoot a gun. But like the fact that he's like, oh, is it like that one time when you had the two boats, immediately making fun of the Dark Knight, and then it's like, or is it that one time that you had a big parade with Prince? And I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? And like throughout the whole movie, it does that. That's fucking great.
If you're a kid and you're watching this, it's like funny, it's cool. You're a kid, you find it good. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But it's really for the nostalgia. The nostalgia
it's for us.
All the adults and all the people that are watching it now, and they're like, I've seen, the 75 years plus. That like understand the 80s Batman, the animated series, the fucking Schumacher.
It even fucking makes fun of Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Team of Villains, that's stupid. Like it even makes fun of that. It makes fun of everything DC. It makes fun of everything Batman.
It's a great fucking movie.
It's awesome. I
Lego
loved it.
Batman shocked me in how much I love it. And I said this on Twitter after I saw it, and I still fucking stand by it. It is up there with Nolan's Batman as the best fucking Batman movie I've seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's fucking great.
By far one of my favorite Batman movies. I will still defend 89 and 92 Batman.
The fucking Dick Grayson joke? Oh my god, I was laughing my ass off of that. And my friends call me Dick. Well, kids can be cruel. I'm like, what the?
That's hilarious.
And the fact that he doesn't even change his voice when he's Bruce Wayne and Batman is fucking funny.
Yeah. What I liked is when Dick Grayson is trying on costumes and he goes, wow, this one's almost good. But wait a minute. And he like rips the pants off. He's like, much better. That was hilarious.
He's like, don't call me Dad.
Papa, Padre.
Papa? Oh, I disabled the lasers, Papa.
It's hilarious. I love Michael Cera. He's fucking hilarious.
What did
He's
you
just
think
so
of the fact
random.
that he fucking shows up and the Justice League is having a fucking party and they didn't invite him?
Yeah. That was
He's an
so
asshole.
awesome.
Again, that movie is great because the Lego franchise has access to do everything.
Yeah.
And is Channing Tatum Superman?
Yeah. And fucking
And
Jonah Hill is Green Lantern.
Yeah. That's funny.
I hate that. All right, this movie fucking
Fuck you.
sucks.
You like Jonah Hill.
I would love
You'll learn to love him.
I would love to just see a Justice League Lego movie.
Oh my god.
Lego Justice League.
It's gonna happen, dude.
You know that there's
That'd be
going to be a Lego Batman 2 and there's going to be fucking...
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, dude.
They set up.
now
They
that
set
Marvel
up.
owns
They
Fox,
set.
so-
They set up
Well, Warner Brothers.
That's
a Lego Superman.
But
movie
there's
at the
Lego
end of the
Marvel
movie.
characters too.
They set up a Lego Superman.
Give me a fucking Lego Spider-Man.
okay.
Make it right now. I want a Lego Spider-Man.
I love Lego Marvel the game.
What?
Okay,
Xbox,
for the record,
Lego
I am
Marvel?
a Spider-Man fan, but yes.
Right? Imagine a Lego Spider-Man where he makes fun of all 6 of those fucking Spider-Man movies. Like, it'd be
Spider-Man?
great. Spider-Man, and then you making fun of like it could work with. That's the beauty. Like you
Finish it.
That's like what you were
You want me to
saying.
heat that up?
Finish it.
That could be about the eating food game.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Is what you were saying. You can make fun of every fucking Spider-Man movie. You can make fun of anything. Like you can.
Spider-Verse did a good job of making what they had.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Yeah, that's mine's over
The
here.
shitty Spider-Man
Thank
in
you.
Tokyo.
I couldn't have done that myself.
The like Asian Spider-Man TV show. Have you ever watched that?
No.
That's fucking
I
stupid.
want to see
It's
the
bad.
But yeah, Lego Batman. I had high expectations, like very high expectations after seeing the Lego movie, and it fucking exceeded it. That's how good that movie is.
And we should talk about how Ninjago kind of failed.
Did you see it?
No.
But yeah, you
I haven't
said that
seen it
too.
yet, but
Like
I thought it was pretty. I thought it would look good.
I want to see it.
James Franco, Jackie Chan.
I'll rent it.
Okay, Lego movies kind of set the bar pretty high because
Yeah.
Lego movie in general.
I mean, you can even go back to the Lego video games. The Lego video games are funny as hell. Like if you play through those, they're fucking funny.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, what happens when Lego Human Torch meets Lego Captain America?
You do get
That's
an,
awesome.
you get an
That's fucking
achievement
hilarious.
in the Lego Marvel Superheroes game. You get an achievement that says you look familiar, referencing Chris Evans.
They look at each other.
If they
like,
don't fucking do that joke with Fantastic Four and out their MCU, they're failing. They're failing me. All right, so this next movie is a movie we hate, and then we're going to end with my personal favorite movie of the whole entire year.
Okay. Can we do that and then do a real quick?
Like what we think is the best movie?
What do you think is the most underrated?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that. I expected this to go long. This is going to be our longest episode because there's so many movies, and we've missed a lot. I've seen...
We have, and we can do a part 2. We can do a part 2.
This one was to get all the nerdy shit out that we haven't talked about yet.
Okay, we can do a part 2 of what you fans think that we missed.
All right, so this next movie came out at the very end of the year, and you haven't seen it yet, and it's much like Downsizing. We'll spare you the time. I mean, it's on Netflix, so you can watch it if you want. Fucking Max Landis written, and I love Max Landis, and I can't defend this movie. Directed by David Ayers, who directed
God.
Suicide Squad,
God.
so you might actually like it.
Okay, so
Fucking
we're going...
Bright. Let's talk about Bright.
My dad really wants to see that movie. He thinks it's like the fucking bee's knees.
Garbage.
He thinks it looks fucking awesome.
Flaming garbage.
Okay, so what's the rules here? Do I get...
I haven't seen
Do you
it,
want to
so
see
I don't
it?
know.
Do you care if we spoil it?
I mean, I want to see it.
It's on Netflix. Fuck it.
I don't really care if you spoil it, but at the same time,
Dude,
Okay,
don't spoil the ending.
Luke, I
don't
don't even
spoil the ending.
Luke,
That's all I care
Luke,
about.
Luke, here's all you need to know. There's a magic wand. They try to, they find it, and that's it. That's all you fucking need to know. Any other thing that happens in that movie, like you said when we watched it, they talk about it, they set it up, nothing happens.
Okay.
Okay, so let me start.
I mean, I'm gonna go into it.
Adam's seen it twice because he watched it with me. He watched it before.
I'm gonna go into
He watched it first and then watched
without
it with me.
without
Yeah,
any
yeah,
expectations.
okay.
I'm gonna go with it with a grain of salt.
All right.
I'm not gonna go with expecting.
Keep in
anything.
mind, I got really drunk while watching this too.
So let me start by saying that when I watched it,
Just don't spoil the ending. That's all I care about.
when I watched it,
You won't care.
I was having fun. Okay? I was having fun, and then I legioned it. And legioned
Is a reference to our friendship before this podcast.
Legion is a term.
Have you seen the movie Legion?
Yes,
Okay.
I actually enjoyed Legion. It was a shit movie, but I liked it.
I love the movie because I saw it in theaters with him. And
Let me explain the term.
I don't know what you're doing. I loved it too, but let Adam explain
Okay.
what Legion means. Like, if you Legion a movie, what does it mean?
When you legion a movie, it's when you watch it and you have fun, and then you walk away, drive away, or literally get a bus away, I guess. And you realize that movie
On the way home,
that movie is shit.
you immediately regret it.
So I legioned Bright. In my first experience, Bright was a fun movie. All right, I got Will Smith, I got Joe Egerton.
I miss Will Smith.
Yeah.
10, 5.
The dude still has charisma. As bad as this movie is, he still does his best.
Okay, so 3 years ago,
Yeah, anyway, go on.
like, I wanted this movie to be good. Like, I wanted this movie.
Much like Downsizing.
Damn it, don't compare that.
They're both bad movies.
I wanted this movie to be like a fun movie that had racial undertones.
With like, because the whole thing is like the movie, it has these fantastical characters to illustrate racism in America, and that would have been great as a metaphor and subtlety. But there's no fucking subtlety in this movie.
The second scene of this movie
Of this whole entire movie
was Will Smith saying fairy lives don't matter.
today.
Yeah,
Because apparently in this gag, which fairies never show up in the movie ever again, but there's a fairy in his bug light, which is a funny gag. But as soon as he says fairy lives don't matter today, I'm like, oh, this is the movie we're getting.
again, what the fuck do fairies? Are they bugs? Are fairies? Do they?
Is it a
are they
metaphor for
sentient?
gays?
It was literally,
We
dude,
don't-
it was literally just a gag. That's all it was.
Yeah, and then what the like? Seriously, okay.
So it's a bunch of jokes where you're just like, wait, what?
No, there's just a bunch of shit in this movie where you're just like, why? Why are we doing this? What is going? Because the theory, I love what they try to do. Like him and I talked about this a lot, where we love that
They had
yours is over
such-
there. See, I told you.
sorry.
No, yeah, there's so much potential there because it's such a cool idea. Take mythical fantasy characters, take orcs and elves and fairies and shit, and put them in our world, put them in a modern world. It's a fucking cool idea, but the way this movie executes it is just terrible because it just beats you over the fucking head. Orcs are black people. Elves are the fucking, like you said, the 1%.
1%.
Or, like celebrities, models, beautiful people, 1%, untouchable.
Katy Perry's.
And then, like, there's police brutality against orcs. So clearly they're fucking black people. Black Lives Matter and shit. And it's just like, you could do all that with some fucking subtlety. There is no subtlety in this movie.
Yes, no, this movie obviously beats you over the head with the fact that orcs are black people. And, I mean, okay. That's okay. But
I'll give you go ahead.
the fact that they made the one orc who actually could amount to something was a cop
Yeah.
who had to file his teeth and then didn't make any other orcs have to do anything. Like, I mean, you obviously...
What the fuck does blooded mean? What does that mean?
It means that you could be strong. Like,
You know what I mean, though? It makes no fucking sense.
If you're gonna make, if you were honestly gonna make the fact that orcs are black people, at least make them equivalent to fucking society.
They just clearly just... Okay, if your movie is trying to say, these are the problems in America, these are our racial problems, then why the fuck are your orcs black people? Why are they all fucking gangbangers? That's just as racist as the fucking police brutality you're illustrating in your movie.
And they make it very clear with the fact that they only wear basketball jerseys.
Yeah, they make it very obvious they're fucking hood rat gangbangers, and it's like, that's even more racist than the racism you're trying to combat in your story.
And
You could look at it. You could look
when Joel Egerton as the only good orc,
as a fucking cop. You're right. As a fucking cop.
he's the only good orc as a fucking cop. He puts on his tunes. It's rap music. And
No, it was death metal. It was actually death metal.
Oh, death metal. Sorry, death metal. And
Which, by the way, I'm sorry. Can I ask you something? Can I ask you both something? In a cop movie with two partners,
Okay.
they don't necessarily like each other. Do you think when one of them turns on the music? Because I saw this in a review and it made a lot of sense. And I think it might have been The Verge. I can't remember which website it was that I read the review after I watched this movie. They talk about this scene. So he turns on the music, right? So you would think that would be the start of the conversation in the scene, right? No, it ends the scene on a fucking awkward note. And Will Smith, it's hard to like this guy because he's an unrelenting fucking dickhead the whole movie. I don't give a fuck about him. Joel Edgerton, I will give him credit, played this role well. He's very sympathetic. But like, what
Okay.
the fuck is this movie?
okay, again, Joel Egerton,
I don't know.
great actor. He did the best he could.
He did a great job. I was very sympathetic. I did care. But like, I don't know. There's just so much in this movie, and I'm mostly frustrated because there's so much potential.
Okay, so
And it's just
So,
wasted.
so
the problem is this world actually could have worked as if it was a separate world.
So
You
long
actually
story
made
short,
you made it.
it was just it was good by the actors. It was flawed by the story.
It was made by a couple. It was made by Joel Egerton, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think his performance was the best thing about this movie.
Will Smith did not.
Will Smith is a dickhead in this movie.
And
His
he
character
did
is.
not act. I mean, this
It was just
world,
Will Smith playing a Will Smith type.
This world.
Well, I mean that's pretty
That's
much
what.
Will Smith.
Well, that's the problem. That happens to every actor almost.
this world could have done a lot.
Sam Jackson.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm saying a lot like George Clooney types, like
Yeah,
where they just
they
in
just
the
play
movie and you're like
themselves.
they're just George. Yeah, that's kind of what happens in this movie. And there are, and
Hey,
I'm not gonna.
good on you for not being righteous.
I added a white guy in there. Yeah, mix it up. But or a TJ Miller type is too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm with you, dude. I really wanted to like this movie, and I saw the criticisms about it, and I saw everybody hated it. And I go like, I'm different. I used to be the kind of guy that was like, if I see a bad Rotten Tomato score, I won't fucking see the movie.
Yeah.
But I've changed where I'm like, let me go in and see this movie for myself.
Oh yeah, it's
and
this is like
Because
anymore. It doesn't matter.
yeah, a movie is subjective. Whether you
So-
like it or not, it's totally subjective.
yeah.
So I go in seeing this movie wanting to like it.
Can you?
You didn't help because you were. You were
Yeah,
bitching.
I'm sorry.
No, you were right. All your criticisms, I was with you.
Yeah.
Because that whole time I watched that movie, I'm like, this is bad.
Can you
this
give
is not
me?
good.
Can you give me 1 minute for us to bitch about it?
Oh, well, we've been bitched about it for a while.
Yeah, you guys have been bitching about it for a while.
Closing thoughts.
Can you give me 1 minute? Okay, fine. Yeah, close.
No, let's just like go wrap this up because there's one movie that is my personal favorite of the
Okay,
whole
so
year.
I'm gonna bitch real quick about the marketing department.
Wait, have you seen Logan yet?
No,
Fuck. Okay, I won't spoil it.
I would
Why
appreciate.
Logan?
That's my favorite movie of the year.
Oh, I'm talking about.
No, I'm saying that's the movie that I want to close on.
Okay, fine.
I will not spoil that.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a minute to randomly talk about Logan.
No, it's after Bright. We can finish up Bright, but I was just asking. Talk about Bright. Bitch about
So
Bright.
I'm bitching about the marketing department. You marketed 10 seconds of Will Smith holding a fucking sword.
Like, that was the big poster, was him, a modern cop holding a sword.
And he was the one who was going to fight the elves, the one who actually held everything that had to deal with modern society. And Jake, you saw the movie. How long did he hold the sword?
God, probably like 10 seconds. He was literally taking the sword away from a drunk homeless man. That was the scene. That was it.
So he doesn't use it?
No.
Like at all?
He just takes it from a drunk homeless dude. That's it.
He holds it, and that's it. Yeah, he never,
For like 10 seconds.
Yeah, that sword is never brought up again.
That's fucking retarded.
It's like that Killing Gunther movie we watched, which isn't a bad movie.
Gunther.
But they advertise Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he doesn't show up until like the last 30 minutes
fact
of the movie.
Barely.
The
30
fact
minutes.
is, they marketed the fuck out of the fact that Will Smith was holding a sword. And he never won again. So okay, back to 2017.
My thing with Bright is I'm worried because I really like Max Landis, and I'm afraid he's gonna go the M. Night Shyamalan route. But M. Night Shyamalan is on the uptick. I can't.
Split was a good choice.
Split was 2017 actually.
Yeah.
Split was actually...
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I did enjoy
got
it.
text messages that said I have to ring that up in this podcast.
Split wasn't a great movie, but I think James McAvoy's performance was fucking great.
James
And
McAvoy, dude.
that's an actor's dream, dude. When you're told, hey, this character has
Okay, that comes down to
23
actor.
personalities and you have to do that. And James McAvoy fucking delivered because he's a great fucking actor.
But you only see like, what, 5 personalities?
You see, yeah, because you see like the woman.
Again, don't
and
spoil that for me because I've only seen like 6 of them. I saw the first half hour.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you can't
You don't
really
see. You
touch
don't
base.
see like all 23 of them. I
Yeah,
don't
you
think.
you don't really see all 23. You see
Well, wait the fuck up.
Also,
maybe like 5
also,
main ones.
how much have you seen? Because this completely sets up Glass and the whole.
Well, I know that.
Because she talks about like, what if it's a superpower that
I mean,
you
I've
can
been
tap into
alive
these
for
other.
a fucking year and a half.
Well,
so.
no, that's what I'm saying. Is like it blatantly beats over your head. Like, let me make Glass. I want to make the sequel to Unbreakable, and he's doing it. It's happening.
I'm
glad. I mean, he
I'm
doesn't
excited about it.
have anything else
I'm
going
gonna
on.
enjoy it.
Unbreakable is a great fucking
Dude,
movie.
Unbreakable.
Guys,
I know. We're finishing.
we're 2017 movies. What else is going on?
No, I want to finish on without spoiling anything for Luke because he hasn't seen it yet. Logan. Logan is my favorite, and
Definitely my top 3. I gotta be honest with you.
it changes by the day. It feels like with superhero movies, 'cause there's so many, and there's so many good ones. But Deadpool was my number 1 because I love Deadpool. He's my favorite Marvel character. But Logan is the best superhero movie to me because it's a superhero movie. It's a western. It's a character study, and it has something working for it that a lot of other movies don't. It has 17 years of history with it because of Hugh Jackman. But by the time that movie,
so my question.
wait. By the time that movie ends,
You saw that.
you will fucking cry. It's that good.
All right. So my question is: do you honestly care about the character Wolverine, or do you care about what Hugh Jackman has put into the character?
It's a little bit of both. It's
Because who cares about X-Men if there's no Wolverine? Honestly.
it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
but
Okay. So real quick, top 3 X-Men characters. Go.
Wolverine.
3, 2, 1.
Wolverine.
Wolverine's number 1, obviously, because
Yeah.
they market him.
I
the
mean, personally, I would probably put...
most. And yes, I tapped you. I'm sorry.
I like Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's cool. And then I would put Storm. So Storm or Nightcrawler, Storm, Wolverine.
Okay. You have 30 seconds to tell me the actor's name of Nightcrawler.
Fuck, I don't know.
3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
Who's
It's a gay guy.
Halle Berry.
Halabura.
Well, I mean, she's hot, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know his name.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like that's what I said.
Okay, so.
Is it has the baggage of 17 years of giving a shit about Wolverine because he's marketed the most.
So, as a fan of both of them, do you care more about Wolverine or
Well,
Hugh
duh.
Jackman?
Well,
Because
but-
I obviously care more about Hugh Jackman. That's my thing.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like if there's ever been a character, a character made for an actor, or an actor made for a character, that's Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
With the exception that he was too tall.
Well, like anybody would ever fucking.
Well, yeah, I guess Wolverine's really short.
Nobody would ever fucking know that unless you're like, oh.
They do, yeah.
But I mean, Michael Keaton was too short to play Batman. Apparently, people bitched about that, but they were like, "Hey, it's the best Batman."
Okay.
And they were like, "Yeah, whatever." But I'm just saying, like, if there's a few characters or actors made to play characters, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, Ben Affleck, Batman. Like, that's my top 3 created to play the role, other than RDJ as Iron Man.
I will say I enjoyed Les Mis and The Greatest Showman more because it was Hugh Jackman, and I liked him from the X-Men movie.
Dude, Hugh Jackman,
He's
he's
very
got a
talented.
great voice. He's got a great voice.
He started in fucking Broadway, okay?
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's
that's
where
what I'm
he
saying.
got
It's
to
like-
start. No, I think it's both, and I've watched Logan about 3 times now. Because I got the Blu-ray, so I watched it in black and white. In black and white, like the Logan Noir, I mean, it's just the movie in black and white, but I think it does add a little bit more character to it. Watching it 3 times, if I would have just based on my first watch through, I would have said it was Hugh Jackman. But after 3 times, it's definitely both, and tipping the scale more towards Wolverine, because that's me. Because by the end of this movie, like I said, you'll be in, like it's fucking powerful the way this movie ends. Like, it is sad. I was crying. Like, it was like, oh my god. There's so much in this movie, without spoiling it, that will change how you looked at X-Men. Thanks Disney, you're gonna ruin it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this whole Disney merger is gonna fucking ruin X-Men for me, because
That's
like,
a whole different podcast.
that's a whole different thing for a different day. But Logan affected me in a way where, like, this character, I've spent 17 years with him, and there's been nothing but fucking pain.
And let's be honest, he spent 17 years with you.
He has, in my home and in the theaters. But like, this character, and this is going to get a lot more emotional and deeper than you think. And it's not. It's odd. It's going to sound really odd, but the whole Logan thing to me is, I related a lot of Wolverine to my dad, in a sense that Wolverine spends most of his life in pain and suffering, and my dad spent most of his life that way. And so that emotional baggage, I'm like tearing up talking about it, that emotional baggage came with this movie. So when I'm watching this movie, I'm not just watching, because you've seen it from the trailer, he's dying. And
Well, he's old man Louis.
oh,
so, I mean,
yeah, old man. And this bitter, angry man is a lot how like my dad was in his later years. And he was happy and he loved me, but there was like a darker side and bitter, angry side to him. And I see a lot of that in Logan. So you don't see that in a lot of superhero movies, where it pulls that emotion out of me, where I'm like, I'm honestly tearing up talking about it. Like, it affected me in a way that I didn't expect a superhero movie to affect me. And there's something about that movie. Like, it is just so fucking well done, man. Like,
Okay, so honestly,
even taking my dad's emotional, and I've never talked about this before because it's hard to talk about for me, but there's so much emotional baggage that comes with that movie, and adding my dad's death on top of that, like, really fucking pushes that movie over the
okay,
top.
so do you see yourself as
I'm not X-23, if that's what you're asking.
no, Xavier or Logan?
What do you mean? No, I see my dad as Logan. Very, angry and dying, and my dad pushed as much as he could. I thought my dad was going to die 3 years ago. So he held on.
So you honestly said that your dad fought really hard for you to be where you're at.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I'm X-23 in this case.
Yeah, you really are.
But yeah, so I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to put that on you guys, but that I kind of, it was a realization to me, you know, when I watched it about the third time that like, maybe this is why I love this movie as much as I do. And yeah, man, it's fucking brilliant. Like, it's a Western. And it shows you that these movies can be so much more if you just give them the right time and you give them the right team. And I want more superhero movies that make me think about my family and make me cry and make me feel. And you just don't see that as much.
Now, I really want to actually have an episode.
I will have a whole separate podcast about this if you want. But yeah,
today is the best of 2017. But he's absolutely right. Logan really brought an emotion. How do you feel?
I mean, I've never seen it, but I've heard great things. I want to see it. I really do.
I hope I sold that. Like my dead dad is the way.
You were telling me that it's
I
a great
literally
movie.
want to cut this podcast short.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I did not mean to do that. It just came out of me.
Sorry, dude. Yeah,
No,
like
you were telling me how good of a movie it was, and then you told me there was a black and white version. And I was like, oh my god, I want to watch it black and white first because I feel like
it doesn't change the movie.
I feel like black and white. It just.
And by the way,
honestly, I want to watch. Actually,
ooh.
Please let him watch it black and white. I want to see somebody watch it black and white first.
Have you seen the black and white one? It's the same movie. I mean, it won't change like how whatever.
Because
I also haven't seen Walking Dead black and white.
Because I mean, there's a bond between me and my mother. I mean.
Believe it or not.
Okay.
Believe it or not. But she does.
It's fine. We'll keep talking.
The AMC. I think it's AMC. It might not be AMC. But there's like a channel where it's like all black and white movies, black and white all the time.
TCM, Turner Classic Movies.
Yeah. And she'll watch that shit all the time. And like, I don't necessarily enjoy it, but like, there's some movies that are on there and they're like, dude, these are good movies.
Yeah, that's why.
And they're black and white all the time.
That's why
like,
it's
cool.
interesting because people like to like hold on to like. Old is new again, that whole idea.
Yeah, and like It's a Wonderful Life. Like, that's one of the most iconic movies in black and white. And you're like, dude, that's cool. That's awesome. I love black and white. It kind of like gives you that kind of old classic feel.
So now you know when I was crying at the end of Logan, I cried for multiple reasons. No, but yeah, that's why Logan is number one for me. And that's not fair to the other movies. That they don't have the emotional gravitas of that, but that's just how I feel about it. And it's the same way where like Deadpool was a movie that like, hey, we can make R-rated, adult-oriented superhero movies. We can do that. We can do that in a comedic way, but now we can definitely do it in a dramatic way.
Yeah.
And by the way, when Logan's action happens, it's fucking awesome. You finally get to fucking see him put some claws through some dudes' heads, and it is beautiful. Like you finally see some fucking blood and gore and some cussing, and it's like, yeah. I mean, you saw the Red Band, right? Where fucking Professor X even fucking says fuck. No, but yeah, he says fuck in it. So yeah, I'm sorry. That's why Logan is that way, and I feel comfortable with you guys because you're my best friends, so I thought it was the right time to finally truly explain why that movie means so much to me.
Yeah, fuck you guys. You know who you are. If you're listening, you know who you are. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. And again, I didn't mean to fucking drop all that emotional baggage on you guys. All right, guys. So, I'm sorry to put all that fucking emotional baggage on you with Logan. That's just how I felt seeing that movie. Luke, I will make you see that movie. Why are you doing? Star Wars is not going to be our best movie. He's not even in the movie.
I will not be the Last Jedi.
That's not our movie. Dude, we've all said it.
No.
We've all agreed. Jumanji is the Morning Hangover
Return the Stone to the
002 films movie of the year.
Return the Stone
2017.
and then call out the name of the game.
Do we have any objections?
Jumanji.
No, I don't.
No, Jumanji.
I will not be the Last Jedi.
Yeah, Jumanji.
We had a very heated discussion about The Last Jedi. Jumanji is the only movie
That we agree on.
that we all agreed on.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I loved
Logan
the
is my
fact
personal favorite.
that cake was fucking his weakness, though. That was awesome.
Explodes.
I would like to give a full apology to everybody listening. I will not be the Last Jedi.
Anyway, this has been another
That
morning
I will not be the
hangover.
last Jedi.
My name is Lucas Moyer. I am at Lucas Moyer on Twitter. This is Jake Williams at A Lumberjake, and that's Adam Lee Jenneret,
Who also will not be the last Jedi.
who is
Shut the fuck up.
he doesn't do Twitter, so fuck him. Follow us at 402 Films. Also on Podbean, apparently. I
Yes.
don't know what that is, but Jake will fill it
It's
in.
where we. That's
I will
where.
not be the last Jedi.
Will you fucking
Shut the fuck
stop?
up.
All right, fine.
I'm the last Jedi. if anything.
iTunes, Google Play Music. We're there. We're also on YouTube. Thanks so much, guys. And I also will not be the last.
I will not be.
Jedi.